Okay. Okay, now I think it's better. Here, talk, Matt.
Hello.
Oh, okay, there you go.
So did you fix it?
Yeah, I fixed it.
Do we have to start over?
I guess.
Take one.
Yeah.
Well,
I
wait.
guess.
This is like just recording, and then you can. Can't you like take both files and then just kind of
I
edit it
could.
together?
We could put it in the video, but it's gonna be like bad audio. We could though.
Oh yeah, that is true. That
Mm.
is true. It is gonna be a bad audio.
We have to decide right now. So.
I mean, do you want to go ahead and start over?
You might
Yeah,
as
let's
well,
just start
bro.
over.
You might as well.
All right, guys. This is Matt. We already did this, but this is Matt Gaines, and he's a good friend of ours.
Yes.
AK Poet 99. Tell your friends.
Yeah, we'll put your plug, I guess, in the description, I guess.
Yeah. Well, I think it's you. I think you're supposed to say it like, "Oh, we'll plug your information."
That yeah.
Yeah.
What did I say?
Huh? You're like, "We'll put your plug."
Look,
Well,
we,
man, I'm not
we don't
doing
want to
this.
give out his
I-
plug.
Well,
yeah,
like,
that's
that's
cool.
not my plug name. It's just a name that I just, at the time that, well, I'm just going to say it. My ex, she the one made up the name. But I made up the 199, but she said Poetic. So I guess I give her credit, I guess.
So what is it? Poetic?
Poetic 99.
Poetic 99.
Only reason why, because we made this name when we was like, I think we was in Tullahoma because my mom was having a procedure, and we was in the waiting room, and I said, what's a good name that I should use, like just in case if I, shoot up, like going being successful and maybe rich, because like I kind of want like Matthew is just who I am, like y'all, that's who y'all know me,
Mhm.
but like
Mhm.
Poetic,
It's like a stage name.
yeah,
kinda.
almost
Yeah,
kind
yeah.
of stage name, but it's like almost like it's out there. Like I can do my poetry, motivate people, and all that stuff. Like I tell people, like Matthew versus Poetic 99 is very different. Very different. Matthew is more the funny, goofy. I can just have fun with you, but like the Poetic 99 is like,
It's like a different identity.
oh my god, it's different. Definitely different, because most of the time, like you actually ask me, hey Matt, like what you did today? Okay, you might get Matthew or you might get Poetic 99. Matthew's gonna be like, shit, man, I just really just bullshit, watch some TV, and then I was, butt ass naked to sleep. That's it. But Poetic 99, I was like, man, I'll just write some more poetry, just
Thinking about life.
yeah, thinking about life. But it's like I'm thinking like the small things of life, and it's like even like on Wednesday I was in class. I was talking to one of my classmates. I was like, one thing I realized, people think communication is just like talking, but communication is deeper than that. It's the way how we talk to people, that too, but it's also critical thinking. It's a lot of critical thinking to it, like decision making. Like everyday life, we gotta make decisions, and sometimes there's gonna be decisions that it's gonna affect our life, or it might give us a blessing. And most of the time, with my decisions, it been neutral. It's like a balance to it. There's some decisions I made, I'm just like, man, I don't know why I made that decision. It's gonna hurt me. It's gonna hurt me in the long run. But it's like I'd rather go through it now than later. But some of the decisions I made became blessings, real true blessings.
I like to think about communication. I agree. I think it's definitely a lot deeper, and I think it's obvious that it is, because there's a point in human history that there weren't words. Like we didn't have languages and we didn't use them, but we communicated in a different way.
Oh, it was symbols. It's
Yeah,
basically
we used
symbols that we
and
learned
would
from.
we still had some like verbal expressions.
Yeah. Well,
But it was a lot
nonverbal, not
different.
very.
Yeah, nonverbal.
Yeah,
I mean,
because
like facial expressions.
yeah,
and
because like
stuff.
if people ask me as a communication major, I use more nonverbal than verbal, because I always remember, like my mom always says, it's not what you say, it's how you say it to people. And people, the way you can say things to people, it can just make them feel offensive. So that's why I always, when people say something like this random, I'm just like, what? Like, what are you talking about, bro? But it's like most of the time now, I'm just like, I think I always say this, 18-year-old Matthew will probably judge you so quickly. Like, even like, I would even say now, like 18-year-old Matthew to y'all, I'm like, why y'all got a broadcast? Like, y'all work at Walmart. I don't even know y'all still work at Walmart, but I'm just like, why would y'all do this?
Yeah.
I mean, y'all just,
It's a good question.
yeah, I'm just like,
I ask myself sometimes.
yeah, and I'm just like, yo, y'all just go out here and just get the money. Like, don't care. Like, broadcast is gonna be in the future, but now, like, 22-year-old Matthew, soon to be 23, understand what y'all trying to do, and I give 110% applause to y'all, cause like,
Thank you.
man, cause
Thank
I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Y'all think about this. Think about probably I'm gonna say between 3 or 5 years. Right now, y'all working in the garage. Y'all never know, man. You keep busting your ass and keep working hard, and you
Mhm.
still trusting God, man. Y'all can literally take off. And I'm gonna be behind y'all, cause like when I first heard that y'all got a broadcast, I was so happy. I was like, man, this is so cool, man. Cause I'm like, I got friends, I can truly call y'all friends.
Mhm.
Well, I'm not gonna call y'all friends. I'm gonna say riders, cause I don't believe in friends.
It's kind of gay, but I like it.
Friends can really, friends can, they can be there and then all that stuff. But my riders is always gonna be. They can tell me what's right and wrong, and I know they're gonna
Mhm.
be there no matter what. And I always say guiders. My guiders like my parents and auntie. Them three, like they guide me to be the man I am today. And then my brother, they always say, that's your ride and die. That's my ride and die, regardless of what. But like seeing when you told me, you Snapchatted me, and you was like, because you actually, I think you messaged on one of my message.
Yeah, I responded to one of your.
And you was
one of
like,
your
yo, Matt, do
poems
you ever
sent
think
me.
about coming to our broadcast? I was like, who's broadcast? And they was like, you said me and Frankie. And I'm just like, Frankie. I was like, Frankie got a broadcast. I was like, yo, this is so cool, bro. I was like, yeah, bro, I would love to do it. Because I think you messaged me like last year around like December. And
Yeah.
I was
it
like,
was probably around November.
yeah,
or
and I
something.
was gonna come on there in December, but it was just a lot of mentally stuff I was going through.
Mhm.
But I was like,
Mhm.
you know what? When you text me, I think you texted me Tuesday, and
Yeah,
you
I think
said,
so.
yeah, you was like, Matt, you free? And I'm just like, what days y'all do? You
Well,
said,
you sent me. I just responded to something that you put up that was talking about how you want to have a conversation about life, and I was like, dude, I was like, this is what I love to have, and I was like, this is what I love to have on the podcast and stuff.
I was bro, when you text me that and you said, I said, what day y'all do it? You said Friday and Sunday. I was like, Sunday. I was like, well, Sunday I got Sundays I do get prepared for like the week. I gotta get ready for
Yeah.
school. But I was like, Friday? Oh man, definitely Friday. I'm free. I'm there. So it
Mhm.
was like when I saw it, like I literally saw. I didn't even know y'all had more episodes. Y'all did. I didn't know y'all have like so many that y'all had. Like
Yeah, this will be number 18, I believe.
Mhm.
18.
Yeah,
I ain't gonna lie.
it's
18.
crazy. It's crazy.
18, I ain't gonna lie to y'all. 18 is a real special number. Well, I wouldn't say special number to me, but I would say a growing number. Because 18 years old, Matthew was wild and
Yeah.
very immature. Very
Mhm.
didn't know what, like, he didn't think before he speak a lot. But, like, I can say going 18 to 19, I would say 18 and 19-year-old Matthew dealt with a lot of adversity. A
Mhm.
lot.
Mhm.
Like, more. I wouldn't say adversity in the world, but mostly self adversity because I ended up 18. I was of course graduated high school, and then I was like, you know what, I'm gonna go to college because I didn't want to be lost. It's very easy.
At least you picked that option though.
Oh yeah, I
Because
had
it's easy to choose. I'm just gonna keep doing what I'm doing and
I
not
didn't
moving anywhere.
I did not want to work.
Taking both.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
mean, hey, but I was like, I do not want to just work for the rest of my life. I want to like, I got a diploma. Yeah, that's cool. I mean, high school, I didn't really learn nothing. I mean, I played football, but I wasn't that star football player. But
I'm curious. Do you think you learn more from playing football than actually like academic stuff? Because you learn stuff from football. I'm not talking about like the sport of football. I'm talking about learning things about yourself physically and about the teammanship, stuff like that.
I ain't gonna lie. Football, yeah, you learn a little bit of stuff about life, teamwork, and stuff. But teamwork wise, I learned that from my parents because the way how they work together about bills, but also helping people. I say, nah, I'm good. I appreciate. I see them too how
Oh.
they help people.
Bro.
I will grab you one. I got a
Nah,
bunch in
it's
my
okay.
room. You sure? I got a bunch in my room.
Nah, it's
Good
fine.
Lord, you
Okay.
got a bunch of Tic Tacs in your room.
No, it's a caffeine mint.
Oh,
Mhm.
I never heard of that. Interesting.
It's cool.
But
Yeah,
I
caffeinated
learned
mints.
I learned that from like my parents about teamwork and stuff. Now football, yes, I did learn about stuff like physicality a lot.
Yeah, like what you can and can't handle.
Yeah,
right?
and
Mhm.
a lot of stuff physically. Like I said, balance. There was things I could handle, and there was things I couldn't. But most of the time, if you ask me like what could I handle back then, weights. I love lifting weights. I still do love lifting weights, but it was like now hitting. I love hitting, but there's certain types of hitting. There's certain techniques, and I don't like the hits when people like go for your legs. I hate that. Like,
Mhm.
especially me, I was a defensive end. I hated people go for my like knees and stuff. So that's why I'm saying you said learning about that. I learned more football or football from life or physical or economics. I really learned. I quit now. I quit football my sophomore year of high
Okay.
school because my grades were kind of slipping, and
Mhm.
I'm just like, you know what? Because people think my parents made the decision. I made that decision myself because I was like, yo, if I want to go to college, I gotta get my shit together. I really do. So they always say your junior year is hardest year. Of course, ACT scored really good on it. I ain't gonna say the number, but I scored a good number. But senior year, that's when everything really hit me. I was like, yo, I can really go to college, get like scholarships because I had 5 letters. I had one from Tennessee, MTSU, Tennessee Tech, Vanderbilt. That tripped me out by Vanderbilt.
Wow.
I was like, Vanderbilt? I was like, bro, it's like my GPA is only like a 3.3. I'm like, Vandy's GPA requirement is like a 3.5 to 4.0 or even higher. And then I had another one to Chattanooga. And I was like, you know what? Because at first I was going to go to, no, take that back. I didn't get one for Tennessee Tech. I got one from Fisk University. I was going to go to Fisk because I wanted to learn more about my black history and everything.
Mhm.
But until I heard about Motlow, about the 2 years, I was like, I'm not ready. I was not really ready to go to university, so I was like, I'm gonna go. I went to Motlow, and Motlow taught me some things. Did I like going there? No. The first year I did not like going to Motlow because I was a freshman because I felt like I was a high school high school
Yeah.
2.0. I started knowing people that I went to high school with or I played football with, and I was like, yo, I don't like it. But I think when freshman year was over with, and then I was 19 going to sophomore year, I think life really slapped me in the face because I ended up taking anatomy physiology 1 that fall. And you talking about I failed that class. I mean, technically I didn't fail it, but I didn't get the grade requirement because you have to pass through, I think, an A, B, or C. I
Okay.
failed that class with a D. And I was you talk about I cried? Because I don't care. I tell people I cried. Like, crying takes everything out of you. It takes all the toxic stress out of you, anger, anything. So I cried that winter break, and I told my mom, I was like, Mom, you know what? I'm gonna go in the new year. I'm gonna be totally different. I was like, I'm gonna show them a different side of me that they never seen. I was like, I'm gonna bust my ass. I ain't gonna be playing around with people and everything, And going to spring, I think no, actually, yeah, no, actually, that fall when I found out about I would say I tell people fall 2018 was a really hard year for me because that's when I end up was diagnosed with mental health. I end up having I think anxiety, depression, and actually anger. I have anger problems,
Mhm.
but now my anger got. But at the time, I think that was over the years of me just holding so much stuff in, and going to because I can even tell how it started. How it first started. People probably say like, oh, really, Matt? Like that. But people don't realize mental health, it literally happens with a trigger. Some trigger you from childhood or some to now. And I just remembered that night, me and my brother was going to go out and get something to eat. And my mom literally just said this. And now, like, myself now would understand what she was saying, but like I was 19 at the time.
Mhm.
And so I was still like growing. She literally just said, you need to stop spending so much money. You got food out here at the house. I literally just snapped on her, this anger. And I'm just like, why are you so worried about my pockets and all that stuff? Like I'm just want to go get food and everything. And she got upset, and I got angry to the point I ran away. I
Mm.
literally walked out of the house, and my brother had literally had to come find me. And I was literally just walking on the street. That's it. And I'm just like really depressed and sad. And until I was crying in the car, and my mom, she came in there. I was just crying. And she was just like, one thing I love about mothers, not against my father. I love my father dearly, but mothers, they can feel a son's pain. That's why I
Mm.
always say a mother and son's bond is different from a father and daughter's bond. Because like my mom felt my pain from a distance, and when she said like, "What's wrong? Talk to me," and I'm just like, I literally just said this. I was like, I feel tired. I'm tired. And
Mm.
she's like, what do you mean tired? I was like, I'm tired of everything. Everything is like pressure. It was like pressure was against me. I felt like everybody was against me back in 2018. And it was like, man, I hate feeling like this. And it's like, it's horrible because people don't realize my story. I like, as a kid, when I first came into the world, I tell people, like, my brother asked for me.
Mhm.
I wasn't like, that's the one thing I tell people, like, I wasn't supposed to be in this world. That's why I tell people, and like, my brother asked to be here. And at the time, my brother asked my mom, like, hey, my brother said, hey, I want a little brother. My mom was already pregnant when my brother said that.
Mhm.
And the funny part is, my brother. I tell people, my brother chose me. He already. My brother. I always say, my brother already saw me before my parents saw me. That's how the power of God works, man. And like, I remember my mom always told me this story. Like when I first came, she said your brother checked how many toes and fingers you had, and I'm just like, why would he do that? And she's like, he just did that to make sure he had a little brother. So every day, like, bro, my brother, like to this day, my brother's like 25. He still protects me. I mean, I'm still the baby and stuff, and I'm older. He
Is he
always,
the one that dropped you off?
yeah. And he was like, he was telling me, I only got one brother. I don't have no. That's the only brother I have.
Okay.
That's it. So he literally just like, he was telling me, it cracked me up. He's like, man, it doesn't matter how old you get. He's like, I'm your protector. Now, he used to call me little brother. Now I'm his big little brother because I got older.
Yeah.
But like, I tell people my story because people don't realize, like, I used to have a huge bad speech impediment. I did not like talking in front of people. And then like, my writing skills were horrible. I used to be in them like special class, like them not special class, but them like other class where you need extra help in.
Mhm.
Mhm.
That used to piss me off as a kid because I felt like at the time, I felt like people was against me, and plus I felt like people was like betraying me. Like I was like, I'm okay. Like I don't really need extra help. I just need somebody. You sometimes in life you just need that extra boost and encouragement.
Yeah.
And and my mom, of course, my mom believed in me, but sometimes I felt like some back in elementary to middle school, I felt like none of my teachers believed in me
Mhm.
because like it felt like at the time like I was wasting their time, and it was like, dang, like y'all couldn't be patient. Like I'm just a kid. I'm trying to learn, and my writing skills were just horrible. Grammar, my God, they used to literally write in my paper my grammar skills, and like
Mhm.
show me like what I did incorrect and all that stuff. And then like when I got to high school, that's when I started seeing some teachers actually believe in me. And like my two favorite teachers, I would say Mr. Connors, Mr. Doherty. Mr. Doherty is my Latin teacher, and Mr. Connors was my biology teacher. And like I tell people like get so shocked to this day. They was like, "You took Latin in high school?" I'm just like,
I did too.
yeah. As I was saying, at the time, I had to take Latin because I was in the medical field, so I needed to learn about the medicines and stuff.
Mhm.
But I was like, also I took Latin.
Yeah. There's a lot of roots.
That's
in
what I'm
Latin.
saying. And like
Yeah.
at the time I was in high school, I was like, man, Latin don't. I was like, when I looked some of the medicines, I was like, man, none of this stuff is in Latin. Like it's stupid. I was too busy worrying about the words thinking they was in Latin, but it's still in English. But it's like, I think it's like the prefixes
It's just
stuff.
the roots. And
Yeah,
stuff. Yeah.
and that's when I
prefixes,
learned from that.
suffixes and
I learned
stuff.
all that stuff from anatomy, physiology in high school, and I'm just like, yo, okay, like I don't see why I
Did
need.
you learn a lot of stuff from Latin? Because I remember I took Latin in high school and I didn't learn anything.
I ain't gonna lie
Well,
to you.
I had a different teacher too, though.
I learned probably how to translate, not like the word, like not to say it, like not to say it to y'all, but on paper.
Okay.
Cause like I ain't gonna lie, when I took Latin 1, I was struggling hard because Latin is, of course, is a dead language, but it's so much. It comes with philosophy.
Oh,
that a
yeah.
lot of people don't know, but it was like, dang, and I was like, the first, I think, I'm trying to remember how they used to say. I think it was first quarter grades. I had a D.
Yeah.
I had a D in Latin, bro. I'm just like, I told my mom, I'm definitely gonna fail this class, like, because I don't know how to do this. And my mom just said, the one thing you better not say again, you can't do nothing, because God works mysterious way. And my teacher, Mr. Doherty, we had parent teachers conference. He told my mom, he's like, I got Matthew. Don't worry about it. Now to hear a teacher say, I got him, that boosts my like encouragement up to let me know that somebody actually has faith in me and believe in me. So I came back on the second quarter of grades. I went to a 72 to a 97 that quickly because it was a boost of confidence I need.
Yeah, I think
And-
confidence is really important when
Oh
it
my
comes to
God! People
work
don't
ethic.
Oh, and
Mm.
Especially when you got people around you that are like telling you like it's not even it's I think it's fine to tell people that they're doing badly, but if you just say that and that's it, you don't say anything like I know you and I know you can
Right.
do better.
And
Then
it's
that's important.
like I was saying in one of my discussions, I was like, man, it's the small things of encouragement that sometimes we need. It can be even a stranger can say that to you,
Mhm.
and that can just boost your confidence up. And I was just like going to. That's when I went to, like I said, senior year, because people ask me, when do you start doing like poetry? And I'm just like, I was like, honest truth. And people laugh to this day. I was like, honest truth, I learned poetry, a little bit of poetry from Tupac. But the thing is about his poetry was like revolutionary.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like, I can
Mm.
speak from that. But if you really honest truth want to know how like really felt in love with poetry and I started connected to it and I express how I feel, it was my brother. I read a lot of I read a lot of my brother's poetry back when I was in high school. And to hear to read a lot of his poetry in high school, how he was feeling at the time, I was like, yo, this dude's not from this world. Cause like I always tell people, I always tell people like my brother has an old soul, but my brother said no, my Matthew has an old soul, and yes, I do have an old soul because I love listening to old school R&B music like Temptations and OJ's and all that stuff. But to read some of my brother, because my brother had poetry about our grandfather,
Mm.
and our grandfather was like our best friend, and like he passed when I was like 4 and my brother was 7, and you know my brother at the time, I think as a young age, he never understood what was going on. Okay, that was his best friend. Now, at 4 years old, I understood where my grandfather was going because he was going to go to a better place and stuff. So it was like to read some of his poetry about our grandfather, it hit me hard because it was like, I didn't know he felt like this about our grandfather. Because,
Mhm.
like, one thing, because another thing I tell people, we never got to meet our grandmother, our mom's mom. She passed back, I think, 74, I think.
Wow.
And, like, we never got to meet her. And like I remember I said one thing. I said it hits hard when you never met the creator of your creator.
Mhm.
And like my brother, because I ended up putting a song called by Aesop Fur, said Grandma.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, man, it hits different because I never got to meet her. And like I see my aunt. My aunt told me like, well, you kind of see her every day. And I'm just, what do you mean? Look at your mom. I look at the first time ever. I think I saw a picture of my grandma for the first, probably I wouldn't say first time, but like a good clear picture was probably 2 years ago. And I looked at my mom, like my mom and my grandma picture. I was like, yo, that's creepy but eerie, but cool at the same time. I was like, y'all really do look alike. And like one thing my aunt said, your mom kind of acts like your grandma too. And I'm just like, I was like, interesting. I didn't know
We
that.
all become our mothers, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm just like. That's pretty dope. But like I said again, my brother, he taught me. He made my, I would say he made my writing skills improve a lot because he used to. I ain't gonna lie. I tell people, yes, he used to do my papers back in high school, like back in middle school and high school, because my writing skills was horrible. But he made me like grew to the kind of person I am now today in a poetry way. Because I always remember he always said life is kind of poetry. It's kind of poetic. He says everything has a story to it, but sometimes a poetic story can be sad. It can be motivated.
Sometimes you're just not looking right.
Yeah, man. He's like sometimes people try. He said sometimes, and one thing he cracked me up. He said sometimes people do try too hard on their poetry. I was one of them. I try to get his approval so bad when I first do with poetry because I always tell him, I was like, "Hey, bro, read this. Is this good and everything?" And he would read it, and he was like, "I don't know what this means. I don't know what you're saying here." And he
They're
just
trying to put like big, interesting words in there. to make
yeah,
it
and that's
sound
what I was
nice.
doing
Yeah.
at the time, putting big interesting words. And he would just tell me, "You're doing too much. Just write how you feel. You don't have to write everything that has to be perfect." That's the one thing I had to learn about. Stop everything. Don't
It's
always.
such a weird idea too, because you read his poetry and his words like really spoke to you, and I'm assuming if they spoke to you, then they were from a deep place within him, and he was just writing whatever he felt, and it was like not a lot of filters on it, and he wasn't really thinking about what he was writing. He was just writing down whatever he thought.
That's the thing. He
And that's
wasn't.
inspiring.
Like sometimes he would think of it and he would just write it down, and I'd be like, "Wow, bro!" Like it's mind blowing. But like I start to like when he starts saying that everything don't have to be perfect. That's when I start growing. I started like learning, and like when I got to like my freshman year of college, I write about a little bit of poetry. I gave it to him. He's like, He said, okay, you're getting a little better. And then sophomore
You're
year,
gonna have some shitty poems for sure.
I could let y'all read some of them if I still have some. But sophomore year, I started to grow. The sophomore year, I started doing motivational quotes, made up ones I did.
Mhm.
And he was telling me he would read my motivational ones, and he's like, maybe you just need to stick to motivational quotes, because he's like, your motivational quotes are like very just strong and deep and good delivery and message. And he read one of them, and he was like, okay. He said, this is good. He said, man, just stick to that. Now my junior year when I came to MTSU, that's the thing. That's the difference. I tell people, MTSU to Motlow, it was totally different. I changed because Motlow, I didn't know what I wanted to do. I mean, I was gonna be a physical therapy and then stuff. I got my social degree doing it, but it was like, what am I really gonna do with it?
Mhm.
And junior year, that's when I first came. When I first came to MTSU, and my mom was like, you know what? You be a good motivational speaker. I didn't even know at the time motivational speaking can get paid. I didn't know that. And I was like, you know what? What degree does motivation speakers do? And my mom said, well, you kind of need to work on your communication skills. She's like, and I was like, my communication skills are good. Like, I don't think I could. Like, at the time, I could talk. I knew how to talk to people in front of people. I was fine with it. But I was like, you know what? I'm gonna do communication. I did communication, and I was like, social. Well, degree I'm at is social and cultural influence. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna do communication. Oh my God. There's so much to communication that I didn't know about, like theories. Oh, the cat.
Yeah.
I just realized that. Yeah, but I just realized that I realized communication had theories. Man, I can go theories, criticization, sorry. What else? Trying to remember there's more to it. I think statements, opinions, and of course speaking. But that's when I said my junior year, my poetry improved a lot. That's when I started. That's when, like, I would say actually communication actually helped with my poetry, because I started talking about topics that everyday life we're going through. Like, of course, Black Lives Matter. But I started getting deeper into it. I was like one of my poetry, I was talking about space, but it was like,
As in space, the thing that's above us, or the thing that's, as in like there's space
Always
between
around
us.
us.
Yeah.
well, I was talking about above us, bro. I was literally talking about like me just glowing. No, I wouldn't say just floating, not worrying about nothing.
Mhm.
Let everything, control what I can control. That's it. And it was just like, man, like, if I can do this in life, I would have no worries and no pains no more.
Have you ever
Mhm.
have you ever thought about, or have you ever published anything or thought about publishing anything?
Why are you about like the fifth person said that?
I don't know, man. I'm
Bro,
just curious.
I lit-
It's just because it's a passion of yours and you do it a lot and you have a lot of things
I
that you've written
literally,
down.
I literally had friends ask me, when you gonna start publish all your quotes and stuff. Even my mom was talking to me about.
It's not really that expensive anymore.
It's
In fact, you
not.
can just
I
do
didn't
it
even know
online
that.
for free. Yeah,
But
it's
even
really
my
nice.
mom was telling me, like, some of the quotes you need to get them trademarked. You really do. She's like, 'cause a lot of them quotes that she's like, a lot of quotes you saying, I bet a lot of people never made before. And I'm just like, I'll ask her, I was like, how we do that? And she's like, I will look. She's like, I'm gonna look at some stuff and we can figure it out. But like, a lot of the poetry I read, I even read it to myself. Sometimes I get confused. I was like, what the hell I was writing about? I was like, when I was writing about this, and I'm just like, okay. And then I'll read it, and like one poetry, I think I was talking about was, think was self love. I talked about, and I actually made myself cry reading it because I was reading it because when I read it, I thought I was talking about somebody, but I was really talking about myself.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just like, yo, this is crazy, man. Like, I'm really reading my own poetry that makes me cry. And I'm just like, I even let my brother read it, and my brother said, your poetry, he said what? Because we call each other Oos. Oos means brother in Samoan. But he was like,
Okay.
Oos. He's like, it's not perfect, but he said, well, damn it, you accomplished it, though. Because he said, it's meaningful. We understand what you're saying. Because at the time, nobody could understand about my poetry at the time. I can just write about a message that it just come top of my head. But like now, I can write, because I ain't gonna lie, most of the poetry I read, I was high. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Yeah,
I
you
was
told me
high.
that one time.
But now I write, oh my God, like even when I leave here, I'll probably be in the car just thinking about something. Because my brother said I'll be in deep thought process a lot, to a point that he has to snap his fingers and be like, Matt, You good? Yeah, bro. I'm just thinking about something. He's like, you gonna write about it? Yep. You know, I gotta write about it. And there's a lot of stuff like there's even some poetries I've written. I never showed it to people. Like I like some poetries that I've written like probably before I came to MTSU
Mm.
that were really. I ain't gonna lie, they're really dark. That was a time that I was really in like a dark place in my time, and I was just really hurt. I think I was hurt. I was hurt with myself, but there was some people involved too. I was hurt about. It really was like some people thought so-called was friends at the time. That's why I don't say friends. I just say riders and guiders. That's it. But it was just like stuff like portrayal, used. Well, trust is a big one in there. But and probably like a slap in the face.
Mm.
And and that's why I tell people like man, like Matt, like why you don't like people even ask me, hey, why you don't come outside that much? I don't come outside that much because I always say I'm hibernating.
Mm.
People say hibernating like cause like with animals, but when I say I'm hibernating, when I'm hibernating, I'm at home. I'm at home. I'm reading.
Yeah.
I'm getting myself prepared for the unknown. Because a lot of times, a lot of us we do not get prepared for the unknown. Like for example, death. A lot of time, like at the time, like I tell my parents, I'm praying that this day don't come even sooner or not. I don't pray against, but I was like, mom, I tell mom and dad when that day comes, I want to grieve, but I want to be prepared for it. I don't want to be this when I grieve. I'm like the time I was at when my grandmother, I was just lost.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know what to do.
I had a similar experience when my grandma passed away.
It's not fun. It's not fun at all. It hurts because it's like here's a woman like of course my grandmother. This was my dad's mom. And this she's the creator of my other creator. So it was like it's happened other than sudden, because the thing is the day she died back in 2020, but like on Sunday, well like Sunday morning, because I remember how it. Oh my goodness, it gives me goosebumps talking about it, because this one was at our old house,
Mm-hmm.
and I think my brother was at a friend's house, and my mom came in there, because one thing people don't know. I get scared when people wake me up. I get like to a point like my PTSD kind of goes up, and I'm just like I like kind of defend myself. And my mom had to like Matthew. I was like, huh, what? She's like, go in there, calm down, your dad. I'm like, what's wrong with him? Because I can literally hear him crying from the other room. I'm like, what's wrong with him? He's like, his mama just passed. I'm like, grandmama? He's like, yeah. I was like, grandma? She's like, yeah. I was like, oh shoot. And like one thing, I never see my father cry. And his cry hurt. Like I see my mom cry. It makes me upset seeing her cry, but seeing him cry, it hurt. It hurted me because people don't realize my dad was the only boy, and like when she passed, it hurt him. Like he was crying. He literally. This how I'm gonna tell you something. I'm gonna tell y'all this. It literally made him. It hurt him so much that he cried. He put himself to sleep, and I fell asleep right beside him. And when he woke up, I was just talking to him. And I was, because we used to, at our old house in our kitchen, we had TV.
Mm-hmm.
And I was watching TV. He was behind me. And I heard sniffling. I'm just like, oh my God, he's about to do it again. And I'm just like, oh my God. He started crying. I'm just like, oh, I was like, Lord, please give us strength, because this man, because I always look at my dad as Superman, no matter to this day. And, my dad, I always tell people, my dad's the nonchalant dad. He's cool. He can talk to you. He talk to you about life, but still don't get fucked up. He can still put he can still hurt your feelings. This will be real. And like I tell people, my parents are sweethearts, but in the day they can still be parents and put you in your place. But it was just really seeing him that day, it really hurted me. And I just remember going to the funeral. I even read a poetry about my grandma. I read that poetry. I think I read the poetry probably, I want to say 2 days before the funeral. And, I ain't gonna lie, that poetry was probably the first poetry that I actually have a hard time writing about, because, I mean, I didn't really see, me and my brother didn't really see our grandmother a lot. Most time if we saw her, we was like going to our great grandmother's house or something. And I'm just like, but last time we saw her, we was probably like, I would probably say like maybe middle school. I was in middle school or elementary. I don't really remember, but like I had poetry ready to speak. And I was about to speak it, my auntie went up there, but I was like, you know what, it's fine. Like I wasn't really upset about it, but like I let my mom read it, and my mom was like, "Why did you not read this poetry?" Because it was the poetry was like really. I really went deep into it, like to a point that it would make my pops cry again, because it was like at the time I went to Walmart. That's when Becky was still there.
Mm-hmm.
I went to her. I was like, "Hey Becky, I need because I even put in for it. I put in because we literally had her funeral on Halloween,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I was like, I was going Friday and Saturday, and I
Mm.
told her I was like, I need to be off Friday and Saturday, and I was wondering why. I wonder why you was putting in. She's like, I declined it for a reason because everybody was off on Halloween,
Yeah, yeah.
and I told her, well, the reason why I need to be off because my grandmother just passed, and me and my I was, I'm gonna be a pallbearer, and she was like, she just froze. And she was like, she said, "Is that your dad's mother?" I'm like, "Yeah." And she's like, "Oh my God." She's like, "Let me." She said, "Let me go ahead and put grievance time and pay for it." Of course, I
Mhm.
got to pay for it,
Yeah.
but it was like, I ain't gonna lie to you, holding that casket. Of course, I was trying to hold all my emotion in because like people don't realize holding a casket is like it's heavy.
It is really heavy.
It's really
I did
heavy.
it.
Like even though that I tell people I work out and stuff, I felt
Dead
like,
weight is really, really
oh my
heavy.
God, man, you don't know. And like, cause it was six of us, three on each
Mhm.
side, and and my brother, I think my brother and cousins, they was on the left side, and then my other cousin and me, we was on the right side. So when we got to the grave, and I always tell people this.
You'd think 6 people would be enough, but man, oh man,
Oh
I
man,
remember when I was
it
doing it,
doesn't matter. It
my
doesn't matter.
legs were really hurting,
That's what
but
I'm
I was like, I
saying.
can't stop. Like, I'm not gonna be the one
And
to
people don't
stop this.
realize you can be the strongest person. You gotta understand, dead weight plus the casket weight. That's oh
That's a
my,
lot.
it's a lot. And like I said, when we got to the grave site, and I always tell people this, and I think this quote is so true. What I said, a lot of us gets rid of reality. Reality is like it's a mental preparation, being prepared mentally and emotionally that something the unknown's going to happen, and we might not ready for the reality to happen. But the real hits harder than the reality. And I told, and like my
What do
brother,
you mean? How
my
is the real different from the reality?
the real when you realize you won't see that person physically no
Yeah.
more. And when I always say, especially when somebody passed, the real gets hard because when you start seeing that casket lower to the ground, and then you start seeing that dirt cover that
Mm-hmm.
casket, the real hits hard because it makes you feel like, oh my God, I'm not gonna be able to see that loved one no more,
Mm-hmm.
and it hurts differently than the reality. Because the reality, like I said, mentally and spiritually, they still there with you, heart and mind. But the reality, sometimes physicality is just something different than mentally. Physicality, I can go to you and hug you and just tell you
Yeah.
I love you. But
Mm-hmm.
like seeing that, man, it hit me. But I hold it. But my dad, I know he would it was still hurting. But I think it hurt me the most seeing my aunties, because that was their
I
mother.
don't remember. I don't remember exactly where I heard this, but I'm pretty sure this is true. That if you if you leave like an infant, like a newly born infant, for I think it's not very long. It's like maybe a year,
Hmm.
and they have no physical contact, like no hugging or anything. That they'll die.
That's
They
interesting.
they'll just
I
die.
never heard of that, and that's kind of eerie because like I know because I remember when we had the funeral. I know my auntie. She asked me and my brother, "Do we want ride in a limo?" I was like, "No." I was like, my dad said, "No, they're gonna ride together."
Mm-hmm.
And I saw my cousins with their kids and stuff, and it was so eerie. I didn't hear no crying from the kids, and I was like, "That's kind of interesting." Because I mean, I saw my cousins, well, they are like, I look at my cousins, they're all four girls. They're older than me, but I look at them
Mm-hmm.
like sisters. But I saw them crying, but the kids. I mean, I don't know if they probably it didn't really they didn't understand what was going on, but it was very interesting because I know when I was 4 and when my granddad passed, I don't know. I knew what was going on. I knew he was gonna go to a better place, and I remember my mom said I went up there, gave him a kiss on the forehead, and sometimes people don't realize. That's what I'm saying. Go back to mental health. The mental health, you can hold that. I think I was holding that in too at the time, 4 years
Mm-hmm.
old to like 18, because I ain't gonna lie to you. I tell people my pride got a lot, had a lot to do with it, because one thing at the time I was so mad at people that I don't even know why I was mad at them for. And I tell people us men's pride. I always say this one. I say people probably say I'm wrong for saying this, but I always think a woman can probably break a man's pride. Sometimes one thing, and the crazy part is people say, "What do you mean by that?" The one thing us men we just want is somebody to listen to us. Listen, same thing as a woman. A woman wants somebody them to listen, but also us men we just I don't know. Sometimes we think we let our pride get in the way. We just don't want we don't want to talk about it because we just
It's like
think,
the old fashioned, like,
Yeah.
hold it in, men don't cry.
yeah. And I ain't gonna lie to you. A woman's gonna listen. They gonna listen. They gonna listen about your pain because they want to know more about you. And the one thing that's when I had to learn. I had to learn to tell people how I feel and express because, like I said, my pride got in the way a lot of times to the point that my mom. I tell people my mom, auntie broke my pride. They broke my pride probably. Yeah, probably 18. I think that's the first time I actually cried at 18. Because sometimes a woman can bring like I say, of course, a woman, but a mother and an auntie can bring you back to reality. Tell you what you're doing wrong, and you think because at the time, at the kid, I was just thinking, oh, nobody can tell me nothing. I know everything, blah blah blah. And I always tell myself, when you think you know everything, then people don't want to fool with you. And and at the time, my mom and auntie they put me in like my place, and that's when I started expressing more. I start telling people how I feel, and even in relationships, I even start expressing how I feel in relationships. Sometimes I'm still learning about that. I'm still growing. I mean, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter how old you get, you're still learning. Your brain, people say your brain stops developing at 25. I don't believe in that.
Really?
I don't believe in that. I don't believe in that because in the end of the day, you still know what right and wrong is, no matter what. I mean, you can be 45 years old and you still probably don't know how to learn. You still learn about a laptop. Everyday life, we're still learning about stuff.
Do you think that learning gets harder as you get older, though?
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
Ain't no such thing asking for help and and asking like you want to learn something new. Hell, I even asked my dad like at the time. I even asked my dad, "Can you teach me how to put a tire in the car?" And he was like, "Okay." It's not the wrong, bro. This is the one thing. This is one thing us humans we have afraid doing asking because we're afraid to ask. We're afraid to ask somebody because we feel like we're gonna get judged, and we get judged. And I ain't gonna lie to you, humans we judge people even based, of course, skin, sex. But hell, we even get judged based off our opinions. We get judged. Hell, there's probably even people because what y'all on YouTube? Are y'all on YouTube? Or,
YouTube.
there's
Spotify,
even gonna be people
whatever.
judging y'all where y'all
Yeah,
at.
for sure.
And that's
So,
I think, of course, it's wrong. But I ain't gonna lie to you. You're gonna have y'all's haters. I'm gonna tell y'all that now. Y'all gonna have y'all's haters. But I ain't gonna. But
we're ready.
But
we're
but
armed.
but realize this: your haters are the most ones gonna motivate you the most to go up big, do something, the impossible. Because I always learn. Because I always tell people with my hate. Well, I call them my enemies because I love my enemies. Regardless of what I tell my enemies, y'all keep throwing jabs at me, please do. Because I mean, I'm dodging them, but y'all just making me stronger every day.
Yeah,
regardless
exactly.
of what.
There's a really importance in like being the role of or being an enemy to someone.
Yeah, and and that's the one thing. Because another thing, I even had a guy last semester ask me because I like customize. I even have a customized hoodie on
I
that
noticed.
I customize.
Mhm.
And all if people don't realize all the customized like clothes I did is for my quotes or poetry. And I had one dude said, "Bruh," he said, "that hoodie looks ugly." And I just like, "Oh, thanks, bruh." And he just looked at me, "Oh, you ain't gonna get mad about anything?" And I just said, "Well, I'll tell you this. On my shirt, on my chest right now, it says Revolutionary Poet. That's what I'm gonna be in my life. What you gonna be in your life? Because eventually you might be working for me." And he just looked at me. He's like,
Mhm.
"Well, like that's how you feel. It's not how I feel. It's just how that might happen. You never know. Like I said before, God works mysterious ways. And I always tell like even like when my professor, she was telling me something. No, I think it was my Motlow professor. He black dude. He just said, one thing about life I never understood. At the time I didn't understand, but I understand now. He said one thing about life is like a roller coaster. He said you can he said you can put your hands up and wave and just enjoy the ride, or you can just keep hitting every bumps and just fall down all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just like, at the time, I was like, that don't make no sense what you talking about. Like, what that got to do with me in life? But now I see what he was saying.
Mm-hmm.
Now in life, sometimes you gotta balance everything in life. You have to. There's no such thing that you can just do this all along. You could do this and then just leave that in the dirt. It's not like, even like at the time, even in life, you have to balance relationships. That's just how it is. You got even personal life, family. You got to balance a school, work. At the time, I couldn't do all that, and I ain't gonna say I said couldn't because it was hard. But it's like this: I didn't have the resources. I didn't know how. I need to learn it more. But now, if you ask me, Matt, do you think you do all that? I mean, yeah, I know I can do it. But it's like,
You gotta try though.
yeah, you gotta
put some-
try,
you
and
gotta
you
put some
know,
real thought into it.
and the a lot of things, I like learning from people, new people. I don't care because I always told my mom, I always told my mom, they always said teacher teaches the student, but also the student can teach the teacher about something too.
Mhm.
It's always you can learn new things in life, and it's like, even like learning about y'all having a broadcast. It makes me want to kind of do a damn broadcast, because I even had a dude telling me on Wednesday in my class, he's like, do you ever think about doing broadcast? And I'm just like, I was like, that's interesting, because I got 2 friends who doing broadcast. And I'm just like, but it's like,
It's fun.
and that's what I'm saying,
And
like,
I feel
it
like
looks,
I really try to learn a lot from these.
and that's what I'm saying, because like, it looks fun what y'all doing, because I'm just like, they're doing their own thing. They're speaking stuff that everyday life, because I even looked at the one Mike, he was talking about music and movies, and I'm just like, that's Mike for you. I was like, you can't get mad at guy. And hold on, shout out to Mike, because I heard he got married and stuff.
He did.
I didn't know.
It was an
Congratulations.
amazing wedding. It
But
was so good.
that's a blessing. That's the one thing. That's the one thing. See, I tell people
Really
ask me.
beautiful, dude. I was there.
I
It was
saw
so
they
nice.
I saw their pictures. I was like, he looks happy.
He is, yeah.
He looks happy.
Seemed like it was a really, really beautiful day.
And I
Did
know
he
he
cry?
probably, did he cry?
Huh?
Did he cry?
I don't think so.
Oh,
I don't think so. But
He probably
I could be wrong.
he probably cried on like the honeymoon or some shit.
Maybe.
I
yeah.
know. Shoot,
The honeymoon. Yeah.
Yeah, instead of like the typical like honeymoon, go have sex.
I tried to
he's
ask
like
him
in
about
bed. He's like,
marriage when he was on here, and he was kind of like, he wasn't
Shy.
really giving me a whole lot. Yeah, he was just kind of like, it's
I ain't
not
gonna
really
lie.
that different.
I tell people ask me, do I ever want to be married? Look, I just said this. Right now, I'm just gonna say this. I tell people laugh about it. They said, Matt, you a trip. I'm married to myself. I'm married to myself. When I say I'm married to myself, I mean I love myself, but I'm working on myself to be able to get married, hopefully.
Yeah.
And to be, and my thing is, it starts with you first. You gotta love yourself first. If you don't love yourself, then you ain't gonna love nobody. That's the one thing I had to learn. I didn't love myself. I tell this to people, I was giving so much back to the world, I wasn't giving back to myself. To a point, that's what made me go through a slippery slope. That's what they call it. And I was like, you know what? My counselor told me, maybe you need to start focusing on yourself and start focusing on other people. Maybe you stop focusing on people's happiness and start focusing on your own happiness. Because I realize now, because I took a class last semester, my fall semester, I took a class of philosophy of happiness. And
Is that happiness? That's what it was.
Yes, philosophy of happiness. I learned so much about that class.
Huh.
And the
Interesting.
one thing my professor said, and one day I'm gonna make a T-shirt out of it. I don't care what nobody said. People probably say copyright. I don't care. He said one thing was very true, and people can probably say, Matt, you wrong for this. He said sometimes when you come to your happiness, you gotta be selfish. You gotta be selfish when you come to your happiness. You can't. He said you have to focus on your happiness, because he said in the world we live in, a lot of people will take your happiness for granted and take it away from you.
Yeah, I see what you're going.
And
with.
I'm just like, man, that's so interesting, man, because I felt at the time giving stuff to people, I thought that would make me happy. It just made me worse. It made me feel like I can't trust nobody. It made me feel like if I buy you this, would you do the same for me? And I'm just like, when I tell people like not even buy it, it's like materialistic is not a big thing for me. It's not. I don't care materialistic. It won't last for long. I always say, but love can last. Regardless of what, if you have dislike for the person, but you still gonna have maybe a small percentage or a medium, but you still gonna have love for that person. And I tell people I'd rather have the love than the materialistic. And I have There's some people that I have beef with. Well, I'm not beefing with them. They have beef with me for some reason. I don't know why. I mean, I'm a teddy bear. That's why I tell people
Mhm.
I'm a sweetheart.
Yeah, I think
It,
so.
as long you don't piss me off, and when I say piss me off, I'm not saying that to the point that I'll physically hurt you or say something mean.
I think you
But
give people a lot of chances too.
yeah, I give. That's what I'm saying. I give a lot of people chances, but the most common one I get pissed off when people don't be themselves. When people
I
have
agree.
to, when people have to be something that they're not,
Mm-hmm.
and that shit pisses me off. Just be you, bro. I'm not gonna judge you. Hell, I mean, one thing I learned from philosophy of happiness: if you be yourself and you love yourself, then you won't worry about nothing in life. And
Mm-hmm.
now I can finally say it as me now. And people ask me like, I remember I was watching another broadcast and it's called I Am Athlete, and they was
Mhm.
asking a football player Brandon Marsh. He said he always asked people a ranking of their happiness. 1, they're not happy. 10, their happiness. And I can finally say rank wise with that, I would say my happiness is probably I would put it 7.5. You round it up, it's an 8. And the reason
That's
why
pretty
I
good.
don't think is it will hit a 10 when I graduate college in the summer.
Mm-hmm.
That's the one time. But right now it's an 8 because I'm still trying to get to graduation. I'm still trying to get to 23 because people don't realize being a black kid in America, every age is so important for a
Mm-hmm.
black man, especially me. And like especially because I even tell people at the time I got pulled over twice at MTSU just for walking.
Mm.
I got pulled over because of the clothes I wear. Y'all know I love wearing hats. That's just how I am. I
Yeah.
wear hats. I have matching clothes. I'm literally walking. I was walking to my brother because he picked me up. That he was picking me up. I was literally walking to my brother's car. I was walking from Sanders Fine Arts, my night class. That was like I think my introductory in music. I'm walking from there walking past the library. No, yeah, walking past the library. The only thing I didn't hear nothing because I had my AirPods in.
Mm.
Only thing I see is a reflection of red, blue, and white lights. And at the time, I'm like, okay, they probably just pulling somebody else's over. And I hear, they got the little speakers and stuff, and they was like, stop right there. I was just like,
Hmm.
now people then, fear. With me, fear is don't. It's not a big thing for me. It's really not. I know that I'm gonna face new fears every day, but I know I'm gonna conquer them no matter what. But a type of fear being pulled over a police officer, that's a fear that it won't go away. It won't go away because that was the time. That's when time the Black Lives Matter thing was starting to start,
Mm-hmm.
and I got pulled over, and I'm just walking. He asked me where you coming from. I just like I'm coming from my night class for Sanders Fine Arts, and he's like, where you heading? I said, I'm heading to my brother's car to go home. And he said, now the one thing that pissed me off, he gonna ask me, do I go to campus here? Nah, bruh. I just walk around here trying to check out girls and then try and beat up dudes. That's what I do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, bruh. You see me got back. I even have to show ID to him. I'm just like, he gonna say, well, it said you were a junior. Yes, sir. You said it says you're 21. Yes, sir. Because on your MTSU ID it has all your records,
Mm-hmm.
everything. And it's like, well, I have to make sure because there've been some people who go to MTSU don't come here and be having problems. You so you think, and this the messed up part is there was people around us before he pulled me over.
Mm-hmm.
He literally pulled me over. And I'm just like, because I literally had my hat. I had my hat. The customer hat says Revolutionary Poet, and I had it backwards. That because I don't put it face. I don't like wearing my hat like this. I like to put it backwards that people behind me can know that what I'm gonna become soon.
Mm-hmm.
And him doing that, it put so much fear in me because it was like, man, to be honest with y'all, I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't probably be sitting here with y'all. He could have shot me right then and there.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And I got to the car, then that fear turns into rage. It turns into rage because you like, why me? I ain't do nothing. I'm just a black man trying to get my education. I'm just trying to graduate. I'm trying to be the first. I'm trying to be the first grandchild on my side of both sides of the family to graduate college. And people don't realize that's pressure. That's
Mm-hmm.
so much pressure,
Oh,
man.
yeah.
Because I didn't even know at the time I had little ones, older ones looking up to me. I didn't. Because at the time, I'm just like I said, my pride. I was like, you know what, you can. I'm like over here like, I don't care. Y'all look up to me. It is what it is. But I got older. I'm just like, wow, they really do believe in me. That's one thing in life you need. You need a good support system. You have a good support system, then you can do anything you achieve your mind to. And the one thing my mom always said, my mom was like, she always said that, she said, if I ever hear anybody say you can't do it, let me know. And
Mhm.
I'm just like, man, that's a mom right there for you. Cause like, of course, if my dad, he did say the same thing, but my mom had my back ever since I came into this world. Not saying that she had never had my brother, but she does. But like with me, especially, it's just like she heard so many people say, I don't think he ever gonna ever comprehend, understand. Hell, he might be held back certain times. I never ever since elementary to high school, I never been held back or nothing.
Mhm.
Nothing. Now college, I did fail some classes. That's the one thing failure taught me. Failure taught me how to be stronger, how to bounce back even better.
Yeah.
And the a lot of thing is, I always say failure. One thing I said, failure and embarrassments are almost the same thing. And I tell people, some people need to be embarrassed. What I mean by that, embarrassed means failure. You need to, failure is not always bad. Sometimes failure becomes a lesson turned into a blessing. And the one thing I
Yeah.
tell people, you need to learn how to control pressure and failure, because most people, I was one of them. I didn't know how to control failure because I always passed classes all the time. And the one thing I was like, yo, I told him, how do you deal with this? And my mom was like, well, you need to start looking at yourself in the mirror, because that's the one thing people don't realize. Your toughest opponent is yourself. And if you don't fix the stuff what you doing, God might fix it for you. You might not like it at all.
Mhm.
And there's some certain things that I fixed in myself. Reading more. That was the number one thing, because I hate reading growing up. I couldn't stand it. My parents used to make me go read. I'd read 2 sentences and close my book. That's it. And I'd be like, you know what? And my mom's like, what you learn? The first word I learned is I. That's it. I used to be a smart ass too as a kid. I'm still am. But she was like, what's the first word you read? I. I ain't reading this book. And close the book and just be like, I'm done. And she would get so hot. And like, but now she can't get a book. She every time she called me, Matthew, what you doing? Reading. All right, I'll let you go. Now she can't get me to start reading.
Yeah.
But that's the one thing I always say. The things you didn't like doing as younger, you like doing now. At
Mhm.
the time, I didn't like sleeping. I love sleeping now. Time I didn't like reading. I love reading. At the time, I didn't like talking to people. I talk to people. Depends on the topic. And I'm like, one thing I told my mom, I was like, you know what? Because like when she said I need to do communication, because my communication skills wasn't really that top notch. I literally took public speak. I didn't even know they was public speaking at MTSU. I took public speaking 1, 2, 3, and 4.
Damn.
One, you ain't one. You gonna you're just doing like baby speeches. Like you ain't really like that big shit. Like talking about yourself.
Mm.
Public speaking 2, probably you're just writing paper. A little bit like it's like mostly PowerPoints.
Yeah.
I think public speaking 3 is more like, I think like communication theories, like theories that you believe in and you talk about. Now the big one is public speaking 4. Public speaking 4, I think there was plenty of times that I could have pissed on myself, because I'm in there talking to companies,
Mm.
teachers, students, but it's like, but the thing is, one thing about my professor, she said you get to pick your topic, what you want to talk about. Of course, me, I did mine on motivation, ambition, poetry. Hell, I even did mine on love.
Mm.
That to a point that I didn't really. I mean, I understood what love was, but it was like, I mean, what else I can really talk about?
Yeah.
But the biggest one I think I got of all of them, it was probably motivation,
Mhm.
because I think I made one. I made one person from a company. He told me, you keep using your voice, because he's like, understand. He's like, understand, like, he said this quote was very true. People don't realize unheard voice, the knowledge. Yeah, it's great to have the knowledge of it, but to speak the power of a change, it could spark something. And he would just tell me, just keep doing what you're doing, keep talking, keep motivating people. He said, hell, even keep motivating people who don't even like you. And I'm just like, okay, yes, sir, and stuff. I even had one dude. This was when I took public speaking for my I know I was a junior at the time. I think I took it I want to say my spring semester. And the one thing I tell people that I ain't gonna lie, actually last semester I actually did cry at campus because this one dude, and this one dude. This is why I tell people your story. If you tell people your story, you never know. You might have similar stories to somebody, but you might have different outcomes. You might have different stories, but you might have similar outcomes. You never know. But he came up to me. He's like, "Yo," he's like, "Hey, Matt." He's like, "You was in my public speaking class, what you?" And he's like, "I said, yeah." And he's like, he because I follow him. He followed me on Snapchat, and that's when I started doing like my poetry and motivational quotes. And he was just telling me, "Hey, man, I just want you." He said, "I just want to say thank you so much." At the time, I'm like, "What are you talking about?" And I didn't know his girlfriend was right there. He said, "Man, thank you so much for what you're doing for me." And I'm just like, "What are you talking about?" Because he been following me. He still does follow me. He said, "Dude, 2018 to 2021 of last year, 'cause he graduated last year in December.
Mm-hmm.
He said, 'You saved my life.' Now to hear somebody say that, man, it hits different because you actually did something. You did something. You did the right thing."
Yeah.
He told me, "Your quotes and your poetry helped me through darker times in life. It helped me to of course remind." He said, "Remind myself, but also even through the darker days and the brighter days, God works mysterious ways. He can get you through it if you just call His name and trust and believe Him." And he just told me, he's like, "Man," he's like, "through all 3 years, he's like, I was suicidal. He's like, I was ready to quit everything." He's like, "Even my girl." He's like, he said he was close to breaking up with his girlfriend. 'Cause he said, "I'm gonna break up my girlfriend and be in this end it all." And I was like, "You now?" Thing is, I saw tears coming out of my eyes and his eyes, and he was just telling me his girlfriend's like, "Thank you so much, because without your poetry and your words and encouragement, I wouldn't have my man to this day." Because I didn't even know they was together since they was in middle school.
Mm.
Mm.
Now I tell you now, love is true. Love is it's I mean, it's hard to find, but it's very true when you find the right one. And when she told me that, I was like, he gave me a hug. He's like, "Man, I'm graduating in like next week, next Friday." And he's like, he told me, he's like, "Thank you, man." He's like, "Thank you so much," because he's like, "I'm doing the impossible that a lot of people didn't believe in him."
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just like, I was like, I got so emotional to a point I had to go to the bathroom and wipe all the tears out of my face. Because it's like, yeah, one thing, yeah, I'm doing something the right thing. I saved someone. He said I saved his life, but my words of encouragement and my poetry really help somebody, and somebody that who deals with mental health. That's the one thing people don't talk. We don't talk about is mental health. We talk about so much what we go through physically and stuff, like somebody having like cancer. I understand that. It hurts, but mental health, man, it's hard. It really is, man. Like I've
Yeah,
been
it's very different.
it's really different, man. Like when you start, you could be like, I could say this, you could be fine today, and tomorrow you just feel completely depressed. It
Mm-hmm.
comes out. That's why I tell people depression. It comes very slightly. It comes out of nowhere. And I tell people, I always say depression is like, it's a side of you that is different. It's like a bitterness, sadness, anger, and I would say, yeah, kind of evil side of you. I would say that because it's like a voice in your head, a voice that's saying, even a voice that is like not even encourage you. I even have like, when I first discovered that I had depression, I started hearing voices in my head saying like, "Yeah, you're not gonna achieve it. You're not gonna pass anything you set your mind to." Like, and like one of the voices said, "You could just end it right now, and nobody would probably really care." And it was so, oh my god, it was so hard. Now, people ask me, have I ever think about doing suicide? No. Have I had suicide thoughts? Yes. There's a difference. Suicide, you just do it. You don't think. You just go ahead and do it. Suicide thoughts, I was just plotting what I'm gonna do. And I told my parents about this, and they was like really shocked about it and stuff, because when people don't really, me and my brother, we both, well, my brother, my mom, and me, we both, all three of us deal with mental health. My mom and my brother, they deal with anxiety, depression, anxiety. No, anxiety, depression. I just deal with depression, PTSD, and anger. And one thing people ask me where I get the anger from, I get anger from being used so many times.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
And then depression, this depression came of this holding so much shit in. PTSD came at the time as I was a child. What happened to me? You know, I don't really speak on that because that gives me flashbacks and stuff. But just hearing that from him, it really it made my light shiner, but it made my purpose bigger. It made my purpose because people forget their purpose in life sometimes. Your purpose is the most important thing. Why you here? What's your reason? And like I tell people now I know my reason. My reason is now to motivate people, to
Mm-hmm.
help people. Even though they might not help you back, I always say, my dad always said, no matter what, you may help them, but if they don't help you, well, always remember this, you're gonna get your blessing at the end, no matter what. Don't always my dad always said, don't ever switch when somebody don't do something for you. Just remain being you. When you be remain being you and keep doing what you're doing, keep helping people, blessings gonna come through your way. But the one thing my pops taught me so well, and I tell people today, because I think our generation don't practice this out, is patience. Patience is a
Okay.
huge key thing. My dad taught me and my brother patience at a very young age. It's not. He taught us patience, just not in a material way. Because at the time I ain't gonna lie. I tell people. I mean, I kind of still am, but I was a spoiled kid. If I didn't get nothing my way, I was gonna cry. Even a toy or a video game, I was gonna cry. Y'all, I tell people, y'all gonna hear every piece of my pain right now because I want this toy. Everybody else got this toy. Why I can't get this toy? You know what? Like one time I told my mom, you know what? Fill me up for the adoption. I was like, this ain't working. And I was like, y'all not giving me what I want, and I will cry. But now I got older, I learned how to learn patience so much because now I tell people it took me patience where I'm at now to soon be graduating from MTSU. And you know, I tell people when you patient, a lot of good things happen. I even had to teach some people how to talk like how patience. I ain't gonna say names, but I literally had to teach people how to do patience. And they like my age or like a little bit like y'all's age. And like some people be saying, what's patience? Like, what is patience? And people say it's patience when you just, wait for you just literally just wait. Yeah, it's like you wait, but you keep going. You keep doing what you're doing until that opportunity comes. Because I ain't gonna lie, I did make a mistake last semester because I was supposed to do another internship. And I end up saying the opportunity was there for me, but I end up bullshitting it. I don't know why. I guess I was just really just not feeling it. But I now because I was waiting for that internship for the longest, being very patient but keep doing. But I was still applying for other internships. Still keep doing what I was
Wait,
doing.
the internship that you left
I
Walmart
think
for?
it was
You didn't do it?
it was actually like counseling, almost like stuff
Yeah.
I would do. Like because I tell people I'm not only want to be a motivational speaker, but also I want to be a philosopher and counselor. Because like philosopher, I always question the world all the time. Always have. I always question the world so many times. Like I even used to like my mom used to tell me like no, my pops used to say, why you ask so many questions? Like I used to ask him questions about movies. And he
Yeah.
was just like, Lord have mercy, you ask so many questions to the point that he literally tell me, you gotta watch the movie and understand. Now he would do the same thing to me. What's going on? Pops, you gotta watch the movie. You can't question me. You gotta watch it. But that's what philosophy is. Philosophy is almost society. It has rules to it, regardless of what. Like I know my mom's biggest philosophy quote she always said, and it goes to her father. She said, always say, don't tell me what you're gonna do. Show me what you're gonna do. And I see that a lot of people in our generation, a lot of people say what they want to do, but they don't show no actions. Because I think some people are afraid for the opportunity. They fear that
For
they're
sure.
going.
I think there's a reason to be.
That's what I'm
scared.
saying. I think they fear the opportunity. I feel like they go like, cause man, if I get this job and I do it, but if what happen, I mess up. That's one thing. People we think about so much about the negative stuff, but don't think about the blessing, the positive. I got the job, like that's why I tell people there's two difference between get to do job and I got to do job. Got to do job is like I got to provide. Like I got to provide for my family. I have no choice. But when you get to do job, I get to do this for a living. Something I love doing. Something that is going to set me for my rest of my life and that's going to help my family and put food
Mm-hmm.
on the table. Oh man, that's a blessing. That's why I always look at I look at NFL players. Some NFL players say, well, they do this because, family and everything. But I see the ones like Tom Brady. He loves what he do. He got that get to do job. I get to do this. Look at the age he is now. This man is 44 years old, still wins Super Bowls.
It's crazy.
That's what I'm saying. He loves what he does. When you love what you do, you don't really think of. You don't really. I mean, yes, of course, you think about the physical stuff that you gotta do to keep your body in shape, but it's mostly mentally. I think in life now is everything's a mental game.
Mhm.
Everything is mentally and emotionally and spiritually. And mentally, you always have to tell yourself, man, can I do this? If I can do this, I'm gonna conquer it. When I conquer it, ain't nobody's gonna touch me. Well, I'm gonna say touch. You can be touched, but I'm saying ain't nobody's gonna break me from this. I can do it. I can set it. It's gonna. You basically gonna say I'm gonna set records for this. That's why I always tell people I'm
Yeah.
trying to set records that nobody can beat. But my thing is like get to do job, man. That's what I'm trying. I'm trying to get to do job. What y'all doing is basically get to do. I get to do this. I get to do this broadcast, man. I get to love what I'm doing.
Yeah, we don't get any money or anything. I just like to do it.
But I ain't gonna lie to y'all. Listen, like I said before, you keep doing what you're doing. You keep busting your ass.
Yeah, you could definitely make a career.
That's
out
what
of
I'm
this.
saying.
I don't
You
know
make
if I
it a
could.
career because people don't realize. I realize now. Yeah, you need. Yeah, a degree is good, but like this right here,
Mhm.
it's not really a degree. If you speak how you feel and you believe what you say, just keep doing what you're doing. Yeah, like I said, you're gonna have haters, but you have your believers, and your believers. And people don't realize your believers. They're gonna set y'all's platform to the top. Even your haters gonna probably say there's gonna be some haters that actually do care about y'all. Will actually say, "Hey, y'all just need to fix on this," and y'all be set. And then you're gonna actually have your your haters gonna be
Yeah,
like,
there's different forms. Of
"Yeah,
criticism.
you're gonna have your haters. Oh, y'all fucking suck. Yeah, like y'all don't. I don't know why the fuck y'all doing this." And y'all
Yeah.
like that. Y'all and like probably some people probably be looking like, "Why the fuck y'all live in y'all's mama's basement?" And it's like stuff like that. But realize that stuff like that it motivate y'all.
Mhm.
Motivate y'all like, yeah, you get out of this, but you can go to a bigger building.
Let me ask you, how do you? So you've got a lot of people that can come up to you and they say that their words, whether it's poetry or your motivational speeches, are like inspiring to them. How do you stay humble with that, and how do you not feel this pressure from those people and that person from conflating the idea of who you are to them into as in like a false idea of yourself, and how do you stay genuine?
You said that's. I ain't gonna lie. That question. That's. It's. I wouldn't say it's a hard question, because there's big times I try to motivate people, and then some people be like, "I mean, I ain't trying to hear that shit. I ain't trying to hear it. I'm not gonna hear it." I remain being me, no matter what. And one thing I'm gonna say this. I know this one girl I went to high school with. Now, I think I follow you on Snapchat. I don't know. But I send motivational messages to everybody. You know that I send that to you too.
Mhm.
I have some people say, appreciate for the motivation, man. I need this because I'm going through something right now. And then I had this one girl I went to high school with. I ain't gonna lie. I didn't like her. I really didn't. She didn't like me. I don't care. I don't care you don't like me or not. As long as you respect me and don't put your hands on me, we good. But she said, stop sending me this shit. This shit ain't gonna do nothing. It ain't gonna help. I'm just like, all right, I'm gonna stop sending. Now I'm gonna tell you this how this this gonna really hit y'all right here. This is why I say God works mysterious ways and God would really be on your side. I said, you know what? I said, I'm sorry. I'm stop sending this, but you have a blessed day. Tell me why that night. I'm looking at the Snapchat. You look at stories. I'm looking at her story. She literally took a picture that's like 5 cops around her. Literally, I think she had busted tail light. Windows. Like apparently, I think like you have your windows too tinted. It's like
Yeah, it's like against the
I didn't even
law.
know that.
Yeah.
There were
it's
about
odd.
5 police cars around her, and she said she had to pay. I think she had to pay like $1,000 fine for all that.
Wow.
Now you said that question. What you said, staying genuine. I'm always gonna stay genuine, regardless of what even people say like, stop sending me this shit. I'm still like, I'm still gonna be me. I ain't gonna be an ass. Like I said before, my 18-year-old self will probably say, "Well, fuck you." Like I hope everything coming your life comes bad. Like I probably say, I hope your mama get hit by a damn truck. But I'm just saying that's when over you grow.
Well, it can come from both sides too, because like there's like big celebrities out there that all these people love them,
Yeah,
and there's a good amount of those people who like they don't actually know who you really are, and they're conflating this idea. And if you get enough of those people, then you can get confused about who you are, and then you can say things that are more for the purpose of helping other people than actually what you believe.
that's the one thing I'm gonna say. I don't want to be a celebrity.
Yeah.
I don't want to be rich. Of course you don't want to be poor, but
You want to be comfortable.
but one thing I always say, I said I have the T-shirt on right now that I made it. I said I'd rather have a rich mind than chasing them dollar signs. A rich mind is I'm looking for quality. That's me. I'm not looking for money or anything. Money comes and goes, but having a mind, you only get one mind. And one thing, like you said, one thing people don't realize, poor and rich are almost kind of similar.
Mm-hmm.
One thing, the one common thing, loneliness. You're gonna be lonely.
Yeah.
No matter what. One thing with poor, you ain't gonna have people who gonna pick you up and everything. Rich, you're gonna have people ask you for money. You're gonna really see who really gonna be your riders and your guiders. And you're gonna really see who been having your back since when you're gonna really see who have your back when you got this money. And you're gonna see people come, you're gonna see more people go than come. When you start saying no to people, saying no, I'm not gonna give you no more money, then that's when poor and rich come together. You start feeling lonely. You start really like, damn, people mostly care about money than my damn self.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm saying. I see some of these celebrities. I'm like, man, y'all cool. I'm like, yeah, it's cool to be a celebrity if people know you. I'm different. I don't want people to know me so well. I mean, I want people to know my words, my work and stuff. That's the difference. I want people to know my work instead of me. Because one thing I even know what like Toby Maguire, he don't like people at all. He
really
doesn't. He really don't.
I love those videos.
Yeah,
too.
that's what I'm saying. And people and them videos are funny, but if you really look, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. If you see nonverbal and verbal communication is so real, he did both. He literally said with the nonverbal, like his face, like
he's like, bro.
Yeah, like bro, like leave me alone. And then when he got in his car, he's like, y'all move out the way. I'm trying to drive. Like stuff like that, man.
Yeah.
I don't want like being a celebrity is not fun. Like even Cardi B just said something about it. She literally said being a celebrity and famous sucks because she knows that she probably has people asking for her for money and stuff. That's what I'm saying. I'm a private person.
I mean, yeah, there's definitely parts of it that suck, but I could see a lot of people getting angry at people who are, wealthy and well off, especially money wise. They're just like, I hate my life. And it's just like, what about me? Like, I have no money.
That's what I'm saying. But like, my thing is the one thing in life, like I said before in the beginning, balance.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta balance everything. You gotta balance, of course, money, relationships, personal life, family. You gotta.
Well, money is I think one that anyone can understand, because if you don't balance money, you will go broke.
Oh yeah, of
you will
course.
just go broke.
But like the one thing when I say like balance, like with family and stuff.
Yeah, but I would say money is easy because money is a physical thing.
Oh yeah, of
You know
course.
that you have.
But also like family too. Family going to ask you for some money. But the one thing as humans we have a hard time, especially when it comes to family, is saying no.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Saying no is the most. Apparently, it's the hard. I'm still dealing with that. That's the most craziest thing. I tell people like I'm the sweetest person in teddy bear, but like I can be a total dick. But when somebody asks me, Matt, yeah, I need your help, man. Can you like spare me $15 or $10? I need to get gas and stuff from a baby, or some diapers for my son or something. I have a soft spot for helping people out. That's just how I am. I just like helping people out.
Mm-hmm.
But like let's just say hypothetically, I ask them, hey, can you help me out with this? Why you ask me now? Like I don't have the money and stuff and all that stuff. People switch up on you when you help them out and then you ask them for something. Oh, they switch out on you so quickly. It could be family. It can be family, but also it's mostly with friends, and that's why I'm very private. That's why I don't really tell people what I do. I don't put like I take pictures on Instagram. Of course, the only pictures I take is probably like my parents or my brother. That's it.
Mhm.
But like me posting like, let's say if I like a relationship or flashing money or jewelry, oh, I tell people that's a basically set up for death. I always say that. That's set up for death. Because the reason why you flashing all this money, you flashing all this jewelry, you flashing all the cars, new cars you bought, and you flashing the house, the brand new house you bought, like a big ass mansion. Somebody gonna find out where you live.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I say. That's why that you have to be smart what you do in life, especially social media. Bruh, what's the first thing, one thing about toxic relationships, the first thing people will expose is people what they do in the bedroom.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's
I've seen it before.
that's the most saddest thing ever.
Yeah.
It's like sad and really fucked up at the same time because you telling me you just gonna expose what we do in the bedroom. Because I mean, if you
It's
was
just a really cruel thing to do.
That's
'cause
what I'm saying, like,
that's
and, like,
when you're
they
at, like,
even
your most
ex-
vulnerable, and they're just
Right.
using that against you just because they pay you.
and they
or
even
whatever.
expose pictures, videos,
Oh, yeah.
everything. I'd rather you expose me say I'm broke.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm broke, hey, I can get money back. But them pictures,
Yeah, those
videos,
aren't going away.
them in the clouds. I always say that they in the clouds. They
Mhm.
are clouds. They ain't coming. You can't delete them, bro.
Mhm.
And like that's what I say. It's mostly with celebrities, but
Yeah.
it's mostly our generation too, because when somebody don't get none their way, okay, I'm about to expose you now. And then the thing is, they think that makes everything feel better. Now now you just exposed me. Now look at yourself. Did that make you feel better? Did it really make you feel better? Because at the end of the day, you doing something worse than I did.
Mhm.
I know I hurt you, but you just exposing like our business, videos of us doing it. Like that's the one thing. Because I have friends. I had like one of my like closest got friends told me this. He said, "I don't know, question, bro." He just said, "Why one?" He said, "This one girl said, He's like, this one girl exposed her boyfriend because he cheated and everything, but she exposed them having sex." And I'm just like, and he's like, "This, does she know she just exposed herself getting clapped?" And I just started laughing because I'm just like, "Damn, she really did. She just not just expose her boyfriend, she exposed
Yeah,
herself
they're supposed
too."
to both.
And I'm just like, if my friend's like, she basically just exposed herself that she just got her cheeks disrespected.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just like, yeah, you got it. But it's
Yeah.
stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like it's stuff like that. Like, yeah, it's fun. Like, I'm not like, we laugh about it now, but people don't really pay attention to that. That stuff is like really serious because like
Yeah, it's
people
hurtful.
really commit suicide with that shit.
Mhm.
And it's like really sad because it's like, I remember I just did a discussion last night, and we were talking about knowledge and power. And knowledge and power, it can be good. It can be good if you're doing the right stuff and the right thing. But also, knowledge and power can be a menace. Depends who have the hand on it. And the one thing about especially knowledge is scary, especially when you have people who know knowledge and they know exactly what you do, and they know exactly what's your strengths and your weakness. And the one thing, because I ain't gonna lie, me,
With great power comes great responsibility.
yeah,
Right?
and like me, I ain't gonna lie to you. I mean, I could be one of them guys,
Shit, I'm about to die.
right? And I could be one of them guys. Like I can be one of them guys that my knowledge and power can be menaced. Because one thing, when I tell people, hey, tell me about yourself. I ain't gonna lie to you. Now it's different when like you're doing going for job interviews. But when you go to like friends or a random person and somebody said, hey, tell me about yourself, I'm just gonna let you know that's a setup. I think it's a setup because when you tell people, tell me about yourself, they really asking what's your strength and weakness.
Mhm.
That one day, if you ever fucks with me and piss me off, I'm gonna make your strengths become your weakness.
Yeah, you gotta be careful. For
And that's
sure
why I said. That's why I
about
tell.
who
I don't,
you
that's why I said.
expose yourself to.
That's what I'm saying. I don't tell people my private stuff. I don't tell people my strength and weakness. The only people who know my strength and weakness is 4 people. That's my parents, aunt, and my brother. But my brother knows my strength and weakness by heart. And the thing is, it's scary. That's why I say knowledge and power is scary. Because let's one day, like me and my brother get like pissed at each other,
Mhm.
and he hit me with like a punch in the gut that it can shock me. I'm just like, how did you know? Like you know how like them anime shows that they be talking to themselves and they like, wait, that's impossible. How he know this? Like
Mhm.
that stuff. Like it's stuff like that that it would probably like, damn, how did he know that this is like my strength? But he just made it my weakness, man. Like, and that's the one thing that me. That's what I can do. Like I know that for sure. That if you ask anyone, if I just say, hey man, tell me about yourself, and somebody said, I have a hard time like, trusting people. What makes you think you trust me? Ask yourself that. You
Mhm.
telling me you telling me what all you do,
Mhm.
and then one day, you know what? We'll just say, you know what? I'm just gonna fuck this nigga's life up. I'm just gonna end it all because I just don't like him.
Mhm. Which you could do.
And that's what I'm saying. And it's like that's what I'm saying. It's stuff like that people don't really pay attention because I said on the discussion. In the discussion, I was like, knowledge and power. People don't really look at people don't really pay attention how deep it is. It's really deeper than that. What I just said to y'all.
I think I mean, yeah, it's easy not to pay attention to it because one, it's a lot and it's deep, like you said, and it's a lot to pay attention to. But I think it comes back to bite a lot of people because a lot of people have experiences like you're talking about where they'll become in a vulnerable state with someone. They'll tell them things about themselves they don't normally tell people, and then
Mhm.
it'll get used for a dark reason,
Yeah.
whether it's exposure or something like that, and it'll come back to haunt you. And then because of that experience like that, there's a lot of people who will completely flip to the other side, and they'll just become cynical, and they'll decide not to tell anybody anything about themselves.
Right, and I ain't gonna lie, I have done some stuff like that before, and I ain't gonna lie to you, it don't feel good because when people start saying they feel suicidal, that's when everything gets really serious.
Yeah.
And it's not fun. It's really not. And I had people actually did that to me, but it didn't work because I tell people like now now I am older. Everything's kind of numb to me. So it's like you try to hurt my feelings or try to expose me. I'm just like I was just laughing about it. Like let's just say somebody exposed a picture of me, and I'm just looking at my picture. I'm like, damn, I look pretty cute in that picture. And and I'll be asking them, what was you supposed to expose me? I mean, because in the end of the day, you ain't gonna be able. You're not gonna be dealing with me. You gonna have to deal with the man above. The day I always tell me, the day you leave this world and you at the gates of heaven, and God's showing your pros and cons. Yeah, you did the right thing, but let's see. Oh, you exposed Matthew Gaines. What do you think is about to happen? You think you're gonna be getting to heaven doing this? Okay, we're gonna see. Go back. He gonna be like this. Go back in the line real quick. He's like, he gonna be like, go back in the line. I'm gonna talk to you later. He's like, you're gonna be the last person I talk to, and I believe in stuff like that. I really do. Not like just going back to the line and stuff, but I really believe that when you do wrong to people, it comes back to you. It really does. And that's why I always tell people you should know what's right and wrong.
Mhm.
Know your balance. Know your boundaries. Understand if
You
somebody
got that little voice in your head that'll tell you when you're doing something that's gonna affect you later.
it really does.
It's
That's
easy to ignore it.
and,
but it
and
comes
then one
back.
thing. That's why I say it comes to power. When somebody gets the upper hand of you, it's like people don't know how to stop.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Like, yo, okay, yeah, you said it. Like, done. Like, stop doing it. And then when they get that power and they start feeling themselves, they start feeling like, yeah, I control everything. And I ain't gonna lie to you. Now, there's knowledge and there's power, but also I tell people and people say, wait, what does this mean? I also say, what's the word for it? It's gonna come to my mind. I always say, yeah, menace. There's menace to it, but I always say secrets. Secrets that that person who has that upper hand and they got that power on you and they just expose you and everything. But realize this: it's the one thing with social media, secrets. People gonna tell other people. People gonna tell other people secrets about you that you told them, and they gonna tell it to other people.
Mhm.
That's why I said your best friend. I don't believe in best friend. I don't. That best friend shit is out the window with me. Because I told you everything about me, my secrets, and then this one bad day, me and you just mad at each other, and you just went out. You got the upper hand, you got the power. The power's in your hand, and then you just exposed my secret to people, probably in our group or other people. Now I'm walking around, people looking at me crazy,
Mhm.
laughing at me, and that's when, like I said, it becomes suicidal. That's why you can't tell everybody what you do. You can't. Hell, you can't even tell people about your dreams. Cause like I even have a T-shirt coming in, and it says, "I really don't listen to people. I really don't listen to dream killers, non-believers, quitters, complainers, and what else? I think, yeah, I think." And then on the back it says, "All I want to see is action." Don't, like I said, it goes back to my mom. My mom said, "Don't tell me what you do, show me what you're gonna do." And I hear a bunch of people when you call somebody a quitter. Oh, you want it's? I think people probably say this is wrong. Probably said this. I probably wrong, but I think being called a quitter is worse than called a bitch.
Mm-hmm.
Bitch is, yeah, you like it just calling you a dog or female dog and stuff, and calling you.
How are they so different though?
Yeah, but it's like a quitter. You call me a quitter, bruh. And it's like when you say call me a quitter, it's like everything. If I'm trying to do, I'm a quit automatically.
Mm-hmm.
I can't
Isn't
stand.
that like kind of similar to being called a bitch though? Cause
Well,
it
a
means
bitch is like.
calling you like weak and
I mean, it's like bitch and like weak. It's like you scared.
yeah.
You scared to like you like let's say we had like at a swimming pool and we had like the deep end and you said somebody said, "Man, Matt, jump." No, I'm scared, man. Man, stop being a bitch.
Mm-hmm.
That's like being a bit. But a quitter is like almost like I do something, I'm doing it now, and it gets too hard, and I automatically quit. Like I can't do this. It's hard. I can't do it.
Well, they both involve fear.
Oh, yeah,
I
both-
guess quitter just infers that you can come out of being a bitch and
Oh, yeah.
have some courage. I guess.
I think honest truth, it becomes. I think quitter. Quitter. It becomes. I think all of it together, mentally, physically, emotionally, and then a bitch is like. I think a bitch, you just really being. You just going out of your way. You just trying to make somebody just be that different side of the person, be aggressive,
Mm-hmm.
and that's what I'm saying. That's why I tell people when you call me a bitch, I just look at you and I just laugh. Because in the end of the day, this bitch one day is going to be somebody. Remember that. And then when you see me, I'm not going to say I'm be on TV and stuff, but when I'm doing something like charity and giving back to my community, this bitch is going to end up changing people's lives. So remember that.
Yeah.
But when you call me a quitter, oh, bro, forget all that. I'm not going to say no, like, disrespectful terms and stuff, but I'm going to say there's going to be some furniture moving. And when I say furniture moving, it ain't going to be like physicality and stuff, but I'm going to be on your ass talking about some stuff. Because I can't stand when people say, "Man, I can't do this. It's hard." Are you putting the work into it? Are you putting your mind to it? Because I can't stand when people quit and complain, saying, "Man, no, it's messed up. Like, he can do it, but I can't do." He's the person who's doing it, and they say they can do it. They put in the work into it. Stop bitching and stuff and just do it. Like, that's the one thing that makes me mad about people sometimes. Because most times, like even at Walmart, I seen some people like lazy people, and y'all know who them lazy people are.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all know it. We work with them, and like when the managers tell us, "Hey, Jason or Frankie, Matt, go help them." Why I gotta go help them? They can put the work into it. Like if they put their mind and work to them, this is what I used to do. I used to put my headphones in and work. Yeah, I know y'all used to do that too, but I ain't gonna lie.
Still do.
But I believe it. But most of the time, I did that because I just didn't want to hear no. I just didn't want to talk to customers or managers. Because some of them customers, I ain't gonna lie, they would ask me the most dumbest stuff. Excuse me, where is the soap? The soap is like literally like 3 aisles down, and you asking me where the soap is, and it's like
I mean, I don't. There's a lot of questions that I guess other people call dumb, but I don't really find it that way. It's just because they don't work at Walmart. They don't know where shit is. I guess they could like maybe read the signs, but
no,
some
Jason.
people
I'm talking
like
about
that.
I'm talking about the person you know they come in that day. Like they know like, I'm talking about you literally count. Like okay, they come in every Friday.
mm-hmm.
They getting the same shit,
Yeah.
and they don't know where the fuck is
Well,
it.
I guess it's different if they've already gotten it before.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
annoying, especially. Oh man, the most common thing when we go during the pandemic. Y'all got any Lysol spray?
Man, they went crazy. with
Man,
Lysol
I remember. I had to tell a story to Sean. Hey, Sean, I gotta buy me some Lysol spray because the My mom had to get me
Oh, I
some.
remember this actually.
And I'm just
I
like, he's like,
remember
go ahead, take some. I took a full ass case home. And I was selling them hoes. I was like, I was well. I took. I had some for like the house and
this.
stuff.
Yeah.
But I was like, I literally sold one of my
How
friends.
much?
One of my friends like, hey bro, I heard you got some muscle spray. Yeah, I heard you got some money, so run them pockets. He's like, well, we boys, right? Like, what? You gonna give me $1? I told him, hell no, bro. I was like, I'm gonna charge you how we charge at Walmart. And I was like, he's like, how much are they are in Walmart? I was like, well, during the pandemic, they was like $9.67. And he was like, I was like, and I do not accept credit cards or cash out, straight up cash. Man, I did that like so many times, and then I stopped because that's when I don't know. Y'all remember Sam?
Mm-hmm.
Sam told me, he's like, bro, they getting real strict about people taking Lysol spray from the back. And I'm just like, what you talking about? He said, man, they caught some people slipping on camera. I was like, word. I was like, did they get coaching up? No, they got fired. I was like, shit. I was like, let me stop doing
Yeah.
this. So I would just tell Sean, hey, can I get some Lysol spray? He's like, yeah, just take some. And I was like, no, I'm just gonna take 2. That's it. And I was like, you ain't gonna catch me slipping, because there's plenty of times, even with toilet paper.
I was actually joking about that when the pandemic started. I was joking about how you could, how you could make a whole business out of selling toilet paper. Like I was making jokes about how, like people meeting in like dark alleys, going like, "Yo, how many rolls you got?"
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like even the toilet paper situation, we put a sign up, 1 toilet paper packet. I remember I told Billy.
Such a crazy fucking time, dude.
That's why I looked at Billy. That's when Jacob was still there. Missed that guy so much. I look at Billy. You really think these fools gonna pick up, like get one pack of toilet
I would
paper?
say it was probably I would say it was probably a 50-50. People who read it and they were like, okay, I understand what's going on. I'm going to respect this
But I ain't gonna lie.
decision.
But the one thing I miss about
people were like, no.
the one thing I miss about Walmart, when we used to close so damn early by 8:30, and we'd be just us, Cap 2. Boy, you talking about we used to just bullshit. And like Jacob was like, hey, y'all can have y'all's fun, but I still need
After
y'all
the
to
store
work.
closed, yeah.
Man, I remember who was on it.
We
Somebody
still close at 11 too.
they still do?
Yeah, we're not 24 hours yet. Still.
Man, I remember we closed at freaking 8:30.
Yeah.
Man, they had on intercom, your neighborhood, they said your superstore Walmart in Smyrna would be closing in 15 minutes. And boy, it used to make me mad. It would be customers, it would be like by like 8:25, there'd still be customers coming in and trying to shop. I'm like, hey bro, we about to close. Take y'all asses home. Like, y'all have to get that shit tomorrow morning. And they would literally shop and bro, it'd be the families. The families who bring all their kids, have their buggies have the buggy fill up, and I'm like this. I know self checkout people about to be hot right now, and it was so funny. It was one family, but they had 2 buggies full, and I was like, whoa, I was like, boy, self checkout was gonna be hot, but self checkout they was laughing. I was like, what y'all laughing for? And one of the coworkers like, he's at Walmart about to be one rich ass company right now because they got to pay all that stuff. And like one girl, the girl said, I think self checkout, she went over there because she had to help the system, and she came out. It's like they got to pay all that money. And I said, how much was it? She said it was over 1,000.
Oh my god.
And I'm just like, I was like, did they have the money? And she's like, I don't know. So I'm, me being, nosy I am. I'm walking past to pretend I'm getting a drink. Man, they had straight up cash.
Damn.
Stacks. I was like, they had to be in drug. I said, they had to be in the mafia. They have to be.
Probably.
And they was like, man, it was like, they was taking the money and everything. And I'm just like, man, and I'm thinking, they ain't going to take all that. They ain't going to put all that money in there. Homeboy did this. Because on the self-checkout, it says different way, another way to pay. He did this. He put about like, I would probably say, pay $600.
Okay.
He used another way to pay. He pushed that. He put his card in. And I'm just like, really, bruh? Really? You just gonna use all? You couldn't just use all that money? I was like, because half that money's gonna go into our paycheck. Let's be real. Just put all that money in. Just go our day. He put that freaking card in. Pushed the button. It said, "Have a good night. Have a good day." I was hot. I was so hot because I was like, you could have just put all the money in this.
Yeah.
But I was like, or you could have just gave it to me. I ain't gonna snitch. I mean, I probably, I might
You
tell.
should have been like, "Sir, would you like a carry out to your car, please?"
Now you know if I would said that. Now look at me and look at him. He's gonna always.
Well, we can't look at him, man.
I mean, he's gonna probably look at me. He's like, "Oh, what? Well, why would you want to help me? You know exactly what I'm here for, man. Just give it up.
Mm-hmm.
Don't fight it, man. I don't want to fight
I mean, you don't have to rob him, but all you gotta do
Whoa!
is
I wasn't talking about robbing. Hold on now.
Oh, okay.
I was just talking about helping getting stuff into
helping
his
the
car.
community.
Yeah, putting stuff in his,
friendly
like, in his
neighborhood
car,
Spider-Man.
and I'm like,
Ew.
might getting some spare change or something. But you over here talking about robbing the audacity.
White people over here jumping to the conclusion.
Right? Like,
Right.
damn.
You don't have to make this a
Like,
race thing.
this man,
It's just the way you said
like
it.
the first thing coming out his mouth, rob. Like,
Yeah.
damn. Like, hey man, like I ain't the ones. Like, I mean, I ain't the one to rob. Like, now, did I used to rob food? Yeah, I mean, not like at work and stuff. But I'm talking about rob people's food that I know and stuff. But like, I ain't like that cruel. Now, okay, I ain't gonna lie. When I was about like, if my dad watches this, but I don't know, it was like 5 or 6. I did steal Code Red Mountain Dew, and I thought it was slick. And he was like this, "You gonna take that back?" And I did start crying. So I was like, damn. And he go, bro, hold on. My dad told me this when I got older. He said, because we was talking, I don't know, we was having a conversation about like jail or something. And our family was there, and my dad was like, yeah, Matthew has a record. I'm like, what are you talking about? I got a record. You don't remember that time you stole that Code Red Mountain Dew, and you had to go take, you stole it, and the alarm, I didn't even know, he told me the alarm went off. And my dad said, we're sorry, he's just a baby. He don't know better. I knew better. I knew I was going to take that Code Red Mountain Dew and drink it in the car. But it was like, when he said that I had a record, he made me look like I was a criminal. And I was like, man. But yeah, Jason, I didn't appreciate you over here saying I was going to rob you.
Bro, it's just the way you said it. You said you were going to go up to the guy and go like, you know what I'm here for.
I mean,
You said it in like a threatening way.
I work at Walmart. I could have just literally said, I know what I'm here for. I gotta help you, like, take your stuff to the car.
You said it in a different way though.
I
You
mean,
don't have to make this a race thing.
I'm not making it a race thing, but it's kind of making it seem like, because you making me think because my voice and I'm a black guy because I got an aggressive voice.
No,
I mean, it's cool.
Not just your voice.
I mean, I'm not offending anything, but it just you gotta watch that right sometimes, man. Over here, this.
I don't think you'd rob anyone.
I mean, maybe, but but it depends what they got. If they got the listen.
I mean, that's true. Everyone's got their point.
If they got
if there's someone that you see that got something that you really really want, and you're like, I might have to break some more codes for this.
The only thing I want is food. That's it. I don't want no money. Money comes and go, but food is life. I need food for energy. I mean, even man, don't talk about no PS5s, man. I don't even want to talk about no PS5s. PS5s piss me off, bro. The way how I got I don't even want to talk about it. PS5, man. The first day we got some PS5s.
Got like 20, 25 in.
I was hot. I mean, I got mines, I mean, I can say that, I mean, yeah, I did. My ex, me and her went half on mines, but I appreciate her for that. But I was so hot how other motherfuckers found out we got PS5.
Oh yeah.
And it was a minor. It pissed me off. So I asked Cody, Cody, can you hold me this one PS5? Cody, because he had me and Chris's in the security case.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, okay, because you was even on the truck. No, both y'all was on the truck. I remember that.
I remember I was taking them all off.
Yeah, and because Jason, you text me saying we have PS5s, and I was like, yes.
That's right. It was your day off. Too.
Yeah, and I was like, bet. And I came. No, it wasn't my day off. That was the time I went up there to help my friend get his PS5. I almost got fired for that.
Okay.
But this was when we was at work because I was in juice.
Yeah.
And I was like, Jason texted me. He's like, hey, Matt, we got a PS5. You want one? And I'm just like, yeah, bro. I was like, hold that for me and stuff. I told Cody, put it in security case. And like, I think we was about to go to lunch.
Mm-hmm. I think so.
And I was like, cool, I'm about to get my PS5. Ain't tripping. Goddamn minor. Over here just showing off his PS5. We got PS5s, guys. Go get your PS. I'm just like, shut the fuck up. Like I remember Chris Ward said, nobody's supposed to find out except for us.
Yeah.
No customers are supposed to find out we have any PS5s or Xbox. Oh my God, bro! You talking about people started running
It's
to
like the mob, dude.
Dude, you talk about. I thought I'm about to start fighting people because people was like they was running towards me because I didn't get mine yet. I got my PS5. I think when we got off work because that's when we was closing at 8:30
Yeah.
still.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god, I felt bad for Cedric. That's when Cedric was still
Yeah,
working.
yeah,
I felt
oh my
bad for
God.
Cedric and what's I forgot his name. I forgot his gonna come, but I felt bad for Cedric because Cedric.
Jordan.
Yeah, Jordan.
Yeah.
I
Oh,
felt bad
man,
for them
yeah.
too. Cause them two, man, they was just going back and forth getting PS5s, Xbox. No, crazy part is nobody was buying the Xbox.
Yeah, no. It's just
People was buying the
PS5s.
PS5. It was pissing me off because it was like, it was pissing me off because Chris Ward literally told us, "Don't tell no customers or nobody."
Mhm.
And I'm just like, okay, that gives me a chance to get my PS5 when we get off from work because they won't be no customers. They ain't gonna see it. But when that happened, dude, you talking about? I was just hot because it was like Chris Ward's he's about to yell at us, Cap 2. And the thing is, when people, they said Cap Team 2, if one of us get in trouble, we all get in trouble.
Yeah.
And that pissed me off because it was a minor who did it. And he was going to say, I forgot his name, but he was like laughing about it. I'm like, bro, do you know that we can get in trouble for this? Like, we're not even supposed to be telling nobody that we're supposed to get PS5. And, I got my PS5, but it was like, I remember the next day, because I got mine on Friday.
Mhm.
And I remember the next, I think y'all was off the next day. I remember this.
Probably.
Chris Ward came in there, man.
Yeah, that's right. I didn't. I wasn't here, but I remember
Oh
the next
my
day.
God,
Yeah,
bro. Chris Ward came
I
in
heard
there.
about it.
yeah.
Bro, it was like, we was all chilling. We was all talking. And
he was he was yelling, right? Yeah, I remember he
dude,
was.
I
Again, I wasn't there, but I remember hearing about it.
I'm the type of person, you yell at me, one ear's gonna come out the other. I'm like, I'm
Yeah,
not really
yeah.
listening. But that day, oh man, he could have fired the whole Cap Team too, and just had other people probably some homeless people working there. But dude, it was like because people don't realize Fridays we didn't really have a lot of people on Fridays because minors were coming in school, but Saturdays we had the people, but we still didn't get the damn job done.
Yeah.
I never understood that, but it was all of us because I came in 10 that morning, so I was gonna get off at 7 because I was like, I'm not staying the whole damn day because I got class to do. I got to do homework. Man, we got on that truck. Chris Ward said, "Stop the truck." I was like, "Oh, I was like, if he means stop the truck, we about to have a whole meeting and somebody about to get fired." And I remember it was me, Billy, Chris, James, Thomas, and who else? And
Darius was there? Was he there?
no, Darius
He
wasn't
wasn't
there.
there?
I don't think so. I think it was four. I'm trying to remember it.
Royland.
Yeah, we was all sitting there. We was
yeah.
all sitting. We was all sitting on a pallet, like them stacked pallets and stuff.
Yeah.
And bro, me, I ain't no snitch. That's as I am. I'm not gonna snitch or nothing. Chris Ward said, "Who told customers we got PS5s?" This got so quiet. I'm over here swallowing my own spit. I'm just like, I ain't snitch because Chris Ward knows me. He
Mhm.
knows me because my dad used to work at Walmart.
Yeah, that's right.
Back when Walmart Smyrna Walmart back in 02, I think.
Mhm.
And he came up to me, "Matt, do you know?" "No, sir." I was like, "I was over there in Juice, so I ain't know nothing about it." I knew we got some PS5s, but I didn't even know I didn't know people that was customers finding out. So he's like, "All right," because I think Chris Ward, if he knew that I knew, he was gonna probably call my pops and stuff.
Oh yeah.
But he asked other people, and this is why I say Cody sometimes. Cody, when Cody has the power, Cody will snitch. You know what I'm talking about, the situation what happened to Jordan and Addison.
Yeah.
Cody was you don't remember this, but Cody was the reason all that stuff happened because he told Addison.
Yeah.
And this is why I said Cody he has the power.
I don't know if it's that he forgets about what he's not supposed to tell and would not tell people, or it's that he just.
You mean I said you know what's right and wrong?
Yeah.
He knew what was right. Well, in his mind,
Mm-hmm.
my wrong, I ain't snitching. I ain't get my ass beat after work, even though that nobody ain't gonna do that because they know better, But even though that I had people on Cap Team 2, I ain't gonna say their names, but it wasn't y'all. But I had some people say Matt is probably the most scariest person on Cap Team 2, could probably beat everybody's ass. And I'm just like, damn, like I said before, I'm a teddy bear. But Cody, man, oh my God.
Mm.
When he said something, Chris Ward, he said, okay, all right, cool. He went. Now, the one thing you read with Chris Ward, if he don't say nothing, that's scary.
Yeah, because he's gonna walk away and try to figure it out.
Yeah, I'm over here like, yo, just give us our punishment now, bro. Please do. Like, if you want us to come in extra days, I don't even care. I mean, because that's more money coming out. That's more money going into my pocket. But I was like, he said, you know what? He's like, I'm gonna handle this when y'all get off from work. No way, when we about to get off from work.
Mm-hmm.
So we're over here. Everybody's doing their own thing because I think we were still getting off at 10.
Yeah, I think so.
Chris Ward announced all cap team 2 goes to grocery receiving. To this day, I don't care. I don't like the minor. I never like some of the minors I was cool with, and there was some of the minors that they were just annoying.
Mm-hmm.
But that day, I couldn't stand none of the minors. Couldn't stand them because we had to do fucking frozen dairies pallets.
Oh, for like punishment?
That, and then we find out there was another truck on a receiving side. I think on a GM side.
Okay.
We was like, they said, because this is on Saturday, y'all gonna do tomorrow's truck too. Wait, what? Bro, we got about like we're literally about to leave like in like 10 minutes. He hit me. He hit me with my quote, bro. What that got to do with me? I was like,
damn.
I'm like, you gonna hit me with my quote? Go say what that got to do with me?
Gotta respect it, though.
And but it was like, damn, you know, it was clever. And you know, minors they can stay at after 10 because of weekends. Yeah. And I'm over there like, I told Billy, I ain't doing this, bro. Billy's like, you know, these minors gonna snitch. If they snitch, well, they gonna have to come see me. And they was like, man, Billy's like, you know, they're minors. They're 17. I know the ones who are 17, and I know the ones who are 18. And the ones who are 18 and they snitch on me, they about to go see their maker. I don't care. So I left. I was like, I don't got time for this. I came because I actually worked that Sunday the next day because I was like, I was bored at home. And Billy came in. Billy was like, I told Billy, anybody snitch? And Billy was like, no. I'm just like, and Billy's like, I was gonna snitch. I'm just like, of course you, Billy. I was like, Billy's like, I was gonna snitch because you're black. I was like, damn, bro. I was like, but the one thing about Billy, I'll be. You gotta love Billy, even though
I'm still trying to have him on here.
Yeah.
What?
Has he been refusing?
No, he hasn't been refusing. Every time I've asked him to come on, he wants to bring like a bunch of people, and I'm like,
what
he trying to have a crew. Oh, he trying to have the whole crew.
He wants to have the weekend crew. He actually mentioned you too. He wanted you on with like everybody else on the weekend. I was like, that's a lot of fucking people.
If we get this one thing, if we get everybody up in here, y'all's broadcasts. Y'all about to get red flags and shit because you're about to be, bro. It's not, of course, cussing on here, but it's about
when Billy gets on here and says the N-word, everyone's gonna be like, "Oh God, dude."
Oh man, and the thing is, it's gonna be so awkward, and it's gonna be like, did he just say that?
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, he just said it. I'll be over here like.
I mean, for that, for like a Billy episode, we're gonna have to like learn how to fucking bleep shit out.
Not trying to say this, but even when he says stuff gay, it's gonna be worse. It's not gonna be worse, but it's like I tell people, Billy got no filter. He has no filter. He really don't.
Mm-hmm.
Like Billy, I love the guy dearly. Even though that I didn't believe him when I first came to Walmart, he was like 27 at the time. I was like, you drunk. And I was like, but he showed me his driver's license, and I was like, oh snap, he actually is 27. Yeah. But I was like, well, you take good care of yourself because Billy's skinny. That man's skinny. And I'm just like, but the funny part is, I seen this man mad.
Me too.
Mm-hmm.
When this man's mad,
scary, dude.
Like that's why I tell people, don't mess with short people. Don't mess with short people. Because the one thing I know, me and Billy, we both seen each other mad. And Billy's mad is like, he would punch something and just walk away. He would literally just leave, like, go home.
And I'll come back in like 5 minutes and like apologize.
Do you remember the time I think I hit him in the head with a can?
I heard about this.
You remember? I fucking tossed it over the line, and I was like, Billy, I was like, here, catch. And then like he fucking turned around, like literally a minute after I said it, and it fucking hit him in the head, and then he fucking like
He got really mad. I'm sure.
Yeah.
I heard about that.
no, he
around.
fucking I think he pushed over like a cart, like one of the
That
fucking.
was you? I thought I threw that.
No, no, it was me because I was like worried that Billy was gonna be like fucking pissed, and I was just
Okay.
like, or wait, was it? Who the fuck was it?
I've definitely done that before though, where I threw something at him and he
Oh
he like
no,
threw a cart.
I did it, and I asked you, and I was like, dude, is Billy gonna be okay? Like, I don't want to be like fucking pissed at me. And you're like, no, it's okay. I hit him in the head before too.
Bro, I heard about that, and I'm just like, no, hold on. The one person, I love him too, man, because it's Chris.
Yeah, I knew you were gonna say Chris.
Chris, bruh, I told you, Chris gets that. I'm not trying to say this. I'm not trying to be mean enough, but I didn't want who said this. Thomas said this. Thomas said when Chris gets pissed, he has that he got that school shooting mentality. And bro, I was just talking to him on the phone, and Thomas, hold on, I gotta show y'all this picture of Thomas, bro, because this is so funny, bro. This picture, bro, is classic. Cause, bro, look at that. Look at that picture, bro. And I just remember.
Dude, you should have seen him dressed up for Mike's wedding. Him and his
I heard,
his fiancée
bro.
were there.
I
They were
heard.
good,
I
man.
heard. I saw y'all.
Billy looked like a fucking attractive K-pop star. He actually looked his age. It was
Really?
weird, yeah.
I know Darius
good.
is there, and
Darius was there, yeah.
cause who was it? I think Billy texted me. He's like, "Hey Matt,
There
you want?"
should be the one to wear like a fucking do rag with a suit.
See, that's the one thing I said. I
He
told
said he just wore like some nice shirts and pants that he wore for like graduation or something.
that. I ain't gonna lie,
Yeah.
that's a black thing. Let's
Really?
be real. That's just
Huh.
you just put stuff on that you wore in graduation. Cause hell, I mean, I did it. It's not no big deal, but I know this man Billy said, "Hey Matt, you want to come to Mike's wedding?" And at the time, I couldn't because I was still in school. I was in class and stuff. But he said, I told myself, if I come to Mike's wedding, I'm gonna get kicked out because I'm what I'm be wearing. Honestly, I told Billy I was gonna wear a pimp suit, and I was gonna have some females, 2 females around me, and I was gonna be drunk, and I'm gonna be like, yeah, Mike, he finally jumped the broom. I was like, you're not. I was like, don't be like me, just sad and disgust. I was like, and he was like that, and like Billy was like, Matt, I think it's a good idea you not coming to the wedding. I'm just like, I was like, I wasn't gonna come anyway. and Billy was like, Mike is your friend. I was like, I don't have friends. Like, you know how what's his name off of Taken?
Yeah.
I was hitting with that voice. I don't have friends. That's all my friends.
I just need my wife.
Right. I was like that. I was like, because I told him, I was like, I will come find you, Billy. And then you know how Billy is. He gonna say something gay, and you just like, you know what? You ruin it, bro. You just ruin it. Like, I don't even want to say. I'm not even gonna come anyway because I had class with Billy at MTSU
Billy say some shit like, you don't got friends, you got boyfriends.
and stuff like that. You're like this, like, wait, what? Like, you're like this. Is that worse? And he's like, I don't know. I'm just like, 'cause I even remember the time when him and Thomas went at it.
Mm.
I ain't gonna lie, it was so funny because it was like I told Chris, it's the battle of the short guys. Cause I was like, because they're both the same height,
Yeah.
and I was just like, Chris was like, who you think gonna win? I was like, well, Thomas goes to the gym,
And he's got that ROTC training.
yeah,
in his
but
belt.
but Billy got something up his sleeve that ain't nobody want to fuck
True,
with.
true.
And Chris was like, what was that? I was gonna say so. It was something. But Chris was like, bro. Chris was like, you say that to Billy. You know Billy's gonna fuck you up. And I was like, you think so? I was like, the shit he says to me as a black man? I was like, Billy would have been canceled a long time ago. The stuff he was said to
yeah,
people.
for sure.
And I was like, and Chris was like, why you don't get like onto him and that? Because I was like, Chris, let's be real. Half the time I just don't care. Half the time that I just need some entertainment at Walmart. Because I ain't gonna lie to you, Walmart was hell.
Mm-hmm.
Walmart, you can't be. They did not let us be entertained. I think some of us had to be something that we ain't. Professional. I mean, we got. If you want to do something career wise, yeah. But like, we knew that wasn't gonna be our like job, like career job. Because at times, I remember when Robert, can't stand that man. Robert
Talking
was
about
there.
Manager?
Yeah, I heard he was
Oh,
gone.
man.
But
He's gone,
it was
thankfully.
me, Thomas, Billy, and Chris. And me and Thomas were yelling at each other. We were just yelling. And Robert was like, Hey, y'all need to quiet down. But there's customers hearing noises,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I'm over here. Man, the door's not even cracked. Man, they can't. I said the door's shut. They can't hear us. I said you just say that because you just want to be a dick. And he's over here. He said, "You need to watch your tone, Matt." I was like, "I can't control what I can't control what God gave me." I was like, "God gave me a voice that could sometimes be aggressive or sometimes angel. So you gonna have to deal with him." And he's like, "Don't backtalk me, Matt." I said, "Well, Robert," I was like, "Don't talk to me then." So he's walking away, and Thomas said, "Fat ass." He's a fat ass, got a fat ass chin. He's like, yeah, I was like, Thomas. I was like, bro, it's over. He's like, no, I don't like him. He's like, he pisses me off. And people, I don't know what y'all say. Y'all say he looked like somebody. I forgot. Y'all say who he looked like. But
Who the fuck did we say he looks like?
I don't remember this.
I know Jason remembered this one person. And the only thing I have to say, Frozone.
Frozone.
You remember who I'm
Oh,
talking
are you talking about Cedric?
Yes,
Ah,
bro.
dude, I loved him so much. Did you like him? Because a lot of people did not like him.
I ain't gonna lie. I'm just gonna tell y'all this.
We gotta wrap this up in a minute, but yeah, keep going.
Cedric, when I first came to Walmart, now at the time it was just, I remember it was Ian, Dante,
Yep.
Jerome, Darius.
Yep.
Them four, they was like minors still at
Yeah.
the time. So there was like no like older black like guy like
Yeah.
my age. When I came to Walmart 19, I remember this dude say, "Man, it's about time like I have like, you know, an older black guy that I could talk to, because I can't talk to these minors because these minors couldn't go get their parents on me and thinking that I'm like a bad influence." And he's like, "You know, he's like, you feeling like?" Of course, he said the N word and stuff, and I'm just like, "Yeah, I know I'm gonna have problems with you. I'm gonna have problems with you because you just too loud." And
He
I
was super loud.
and I just remember we on the truck. He was just yelling. I'm just like, "Cedric, please stop yelling, bro," because I had bad headache.
Mhm.
I had migraine first time ever. He gonna say, "Man," he's like, yelling is motivation, it's passion." I'm like, how's motivation and passion that you cussing at us and telling us we need to move our asses and stop fucking around?
Mhm.
How's that motivation? I said, that sound like not even encouragement. That's just talking reckless to us. And he's like, "Do we need to go to the office?" I'm looking around. Well, this is technically our office because we are cap team 2 and we just, moving stuff. He's like, "Oh, we got a smart ass." I was like, "Well, I am at Motlow Community College. I mean, I'm about to graduate my associate degree, so yeah, I'm smart, but I do have an ass." So, and he just like, come to the office. We're in the office, and of course, he hit me with the, "We supposed to be brothers." Dude, like, come on, bro.
Does that ever get annoying?
I'm gonna be honest with you. It's annoying. It's annoying that, to a point, how are we brothers? We don't share the same blood. We don't have the same parents. That is annoying, but also is like some way a little bit disrespectful, a little bit. But I understand what you're saying. Like, we're supposed to be brothers because like society and all that stuff. We
Mhm.
come from the same God, but
Yeah.
like stuff like work environment, bro, you ain't supposed to be saying that. Like, come on now, man. Like, no, like, dude, like, I'm not your brother. I'm a co-worker. Let's get that.
Mhm.
Dude. Matter of fact, I'm just an associate. I'm not your friend or nothing. I'm just here trying to make money and I'm make sure I'm good, like, financially. And he was over here just going back and forth. I'm just like, Cedric, you right, bro. I apologize. And he's over here. He's about time. Like, we can see eye to eye. And I'm over here I'm over here closing my eye. I really don't see eye to eye with you because my eyes is closed. Because I told him I was really meditating and praying to God that you just shut the hell up. And he's over here. I could get you fired today. And I'm just over here like, you know what, bro? You wouldn't be the first person to try to do something to me because, like, all my life, I had people doubt me so many times and say, "No, I won't do that." So I was like, I don't care what you do. And, like, ever since that day, that man did not talk to me. And when people say I quit, I didn't really quit the first time. I took a leave of absence
Yeah.
because I had to, school was really getting like real big and serious. And he was over here when I first came back. People say, "Yeah, you heard about Cedric?" I'm like, "What happened to Cedric?" "Oh man, apparently he got in a fight." I'm just like, "Who won?" And they was like the other dude. I was like, "Dang!" I was like,
Really?
and I was like, and he was like, and he was like, people sound like they was just calling each other M words, M words. I'm just like, I was like, typical. I was like, it don't
And
surprise
they
me.
were on the floor too.
Wait, hold on. I heard they said they was in the bathroom like yelling and shit.
Oh, really? I heard they were on the floor, like in the juice center or something.
I don't know who it was, but somebody said, oh, they was in the bathroom yelling, and I was like, that's kind of sus right there.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, y'all yelling in the bathroom?
Yeah.
I was like, because even though the break room and the bathroom, bro, the managers are nasty as hell because they don't be washing their fucking hands.
Mm-hmm.
And one of them was Robert.
Mm-hmm.
Robert didn't wash his hands at all.
would-
And
I
I'm just
believe
like,
it.
I'm like, cause me and Chris has a big thing about people not washing their heads.
Yeah, he's kind of a German.
And Chris was like, this motherfucker didn't wash his hands.
Remember
Fucking
one time we got in that argument about when we were in the break room and I saw you come out of the bathroom and then I went in to pee right after.
Oh yeah, cause I
And
did,
this man-
bro. I just peed, and I was like, you know, okay, this is the real reason why I didn't flush, bro. I'm just gonna be honest with you.
It's not only that he didn't flush; it's that he left the seat down. He didn't even wipe the seat. There was still piss on the seat, and then he didn't flush either.
Listen, bro. This is the real thing. This is the real thing. Listen, check me out.
I was
check me
like, "Did you ever fucking learn this?"
out.
Okay.
Hear me out. Hear me out. This is the real
Mhm.
thing. I ain't gonna lie to you. Now I never told you this because you never gave me the chance to speak my side. Answer this question. How the hell I'm gonna pick that up? There's no damn toilet paper or paper towel. I ain't gonna use my damn hands. My hands are too damn pretty to touch that damn nasty ass toilet. Because I'm gonna be honest with
Are
you,
you saying there was no toilet paper in there?
there's no listen. That place at Walmart, especially in the back room, or our area, I literally sometimes have to go to the front to use the bathroom because there won't be no damn toilet paper.
Mm-hmm.
Listen. I think I work with some of the most disgusting people ever. Because I tell people my first job was working with my mom in a nursing home, and they was all. I loved it. Loved working with my mom. And I even worked with my dad. My dad came to Walmart for one day and quit because he found a better job. I thought that was funny. But I was like, but he still got paid. Well, no, he actually worked for I think 4 or 5 days. Still got paid, but quit. But
Okay.
that day, bruh, because I didn't like. Because one thing, people don't be wiping their ass at Walmart, and plus people be putting shit on the wall, nasty as fuck.
Yeah, I've seen it before.
And I was like, you know what? Because one thing too,
How the fuck do you get in that predicament? Like how do you come to do they just go
They-
how does the thought process come into
They
your
go
head?
hand first, and then they're like, "Oh shit, there's no toilet paper that I can wipe my hand on. I gotta
I,
wipe it
I,
on the
I ain't gonna
wall."
lie, and I ain't gonna lie, it's customers, but it's most of the co-workers, and I ain't gonna say no names, but it was mostly managers. And Eric, Big Eric, and Robert were the number 2, because I remember. See, this is the funny part. I remember who was it? I don't know who it was, but somebody would mess with Eric,
Mm-hmm.
and somebody said this man always has to pull his damn pants up, and he even wearing a belt. Like somebody said that's let you know life is just hard for you. And I just remember that time Eric was trying to break up a fight. I don't know if y'all remember this. We was in
I think I do.
we was in I think we was at by pharmacy, and yeah, we by pharmacy, and it was a black dude and an old white dude, and they was fighting. And I think the white dude, his wife was there, and I guess the black dude, he was doing something like this or something, and the white dude got so upset. This is so funny part, bro, because we all just standing there and we're seeing Eric try to break it up, and I'm over here saying, I don't know, Jason remember I said this. I was like, hey, if Eric gets his ass beat, who's gonna help him out? I looked around, ain't nobody raising his head. I was just like, damn, y'all cruel. I was like, I fucks with it. I respect y'all for that. And it was so funny. And Eric was like, stop, guys. You know, it don't make sense that you. And I'm like, and Darius, I remember Darius said, here this guy go try to do a Martin Luther King I got a dream speech. Like, dude, get your old ass home somewhere. And I'm just like, I'm over here like, and then no, I said the question. Now, if Eric get his ass beat, who's gonna jump in and whoop his ass? Everybody raised their hands then. I'm just like, damn. I was like, I like y'all. I was like, I'm enjoying it too. But I was like, bad enough. I ain't going to jail because I was like, I'm too pretty to go to jail, man. I was like, you know what they do with a brother like me? And I'm just like, he was just like, it. I just remember that day. It was so funny, and it was cracking me up because Eric, after he got done, that man was sweating.
Oh yeah, I remember.
Oh man, I ain't gonna lie, man. I
His
missed them
face
times.
was pretty red too. Yeah, we had good times, man.
I miss them, man. I miss y'all, man. Wait, you still work at Walmart? Where you work at?
Hmm?
Where you work at?
I work at an auto shop.
I ain't mad at you, bro. A job's a job. As long as you putting money down.
Yeah.
You still with your girl?
Mm-hmm.
Relationship goals right there. I got I'm not mad about that, man. Love is love.
Love is
Mhm.
love.
Even though if you're enemies, you still gotta show love to your enemies, no matter what. So I'm proud of y'all though, man. Y'all keep doing what y'all doing.
Thanks, man.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming on.
I mean, I appreciate y'all to have me, man. Y'all gonna
Mm.
make me emotional. It's about look, hey, y'all help. Look, I'm just gonna be honest. Y'all helping the kid out with his story. You
Mhm.
never know. I go back in time. Well, go back 2 years or 5 years. I could show this to maybe kids who are going through something like this, and they can just hear this. So y'all really helping. Y'all helping me out. My platform help
Mhm.
me
Sure, man.
say my name. So and plus, I ain't gonna lie to you, this could help me in the new future. So
Mhm.
Or it could hurt you.
yeah.
They'd be like, "Oh, you were on the WAPcast? Get out of
I ain't
here."
gonna lie, y'all's name. I was like, WAP cast. I was like,
That was Frankie's idea. He gets
I ain't
credit
gonna
for
lie.
that one.
I was like this. I was like, I don't know who made that name, but they got a song out there for
Yeah.
it. And I'm just like, I was
That's why I
like,
chose it.
I was
What
like,
you mean?
but but hey, people. I was like, hey, people gotta stop making their mind go to the gutter. I was like, you gotta think logic.
Yeah.
So man, I appreciate y'all for real, man. Y'all keep
Sure,
doing
man.
what y'all doing. Because at the end of the day, you keep putting yourself out there, you putting your mind to it. Big dreams gonna come for y'all, man. And you never know. This might be a career for y'all. Sometimes God, He bless people, and y'all don't even notice. Y'all just keep doing what y'all doing. And I'm gonna support y'all. Hell, I wouldn't mind come back on the show if everybody wants to come. If y'all want to do a
Sure,
freaking
I definitely want to have you back on for
if
sure.
y'all want to do a freaking Walmart weekend reunion, I'm down to do it.
Mhm.
As long
Just have a
listen,
party and film it.
as
Yeah.
long people don't be wild and say too much stuff,
Gotta be worried
we all
about that.
good. Like Billy over here saying some weird stuff that I'll be like, yeah, cancel, bro. I was like, y'all broadcast about to get red flag and everything, and I was like, I know, cause I think with Billy, I think he's gonna be silent. He ain't gonna be
Mhm.
saying nothing. He's just gonna look at the camera like, my name is Billy.
Maybe.
I mean,
Let's see.
you never know.
Yeah,
But
never know.
I
Never know
appreciate-
with Billy.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I appreciate y'all, man.
Sure, you wanna? I'll put them in as written in the description. But you wanna get put your stuff in, like your what is
Like
it called?
announce it.
Like
Do you want to put
plug
your
your
plugins?
stuff. You wanna plug your stuff?
Yeah. Plug in your
Snapchat,
info.
Instagram,
I'm just
whatever.
I'm just gonna take a picture of you, boy. Just looking sexy. I'll play. But hold on, let me take a better picture like that. And I gotta take a picture of y'all, man, because I'm look, man. Y'all just know y'all making a proud father here, man. Hold on,
Sure, man.
if I can get both of y'all in the picture.
But
Look at these guys. Proud moment, man. I'm so proud of y'all, man. I don't care nobody said. If somebody said y'all suck, holler at me, man.
All right, man. I got you.
Cause
I'll need your help.
I mean, I ain't gonna like hurt them, but
Mhm.
I'm gonna speak some knowledge into them,
Mhm.
and then they're gonna be like this. You know what? I'm a fan of y'all now, cause Matthew over here, he made me cry. So,
So keep doing what you're doing. All right.
man, I'm gonna keep living and keep dreaming, and I hope y'all do the same.
We'll try.
And oh
Yep.
yeah, hold on. Y'all make sure y'all keep y'all's mental health important. It very is,
I always try.
cause I don't need y'all. I don't need something to happen to y'all. I got too
Mhm.
much love for y'all. Y'all make sure y'all talk to somebody or anything. Hell, even y'all want to talk to me, I don't care. I would definitely have no problem talking to y'all, because listening is the most important thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't want y'all to feel like that y'all can't listen to y'all can't talk to nobody, because at the end of the day, we all humans.
Mhm.
We all got feelings. We all need to talk and speak up about something. It's very important to do that, because our age group is like the number one age that kids are committing suicide.
Mm-hmm.
So y'all speak up. It doesn't matter. Y'all need to talk to a stranger. Just talk, or y'all need to text me. I have no problem talking to y'all. Y'all
Mhm.
have my Snapchat, or y'all may have my number. It doesn't matter. But I got love for y'all. So
I appreciate.
don't
it,
be
man.
afraid, and don't be so hesitant to text me, because most of the time I told you my schedule. I only go to class Mondays and Wednesdays. So don't be hesitant to text me. So
I appreciate that, man.
it's your boy Port 899.
All right, man. Signing off. Bye, everybody.
Peace out.